Turn the in-game music back on. Hello, everybody. Microphone is right here. All right, how y'all doing? It is Friday. It is time for Gondor Has No Druids. And why are we on my channel and not the official? Well, there's an answer for that. Hope you're all doing pretty good. One of the main things is I wanted to see what would happen if we did it over here for today. Because what I have for you, for one lucky follower of this channel, is that Chief Kitty, first of all, would like to say hello to everybody. Is it makes it easier for me to run a specific giveaway that I'm doing today. I was originally, if you notice, the extra life stuff isn't here. And the reason it isn't is I made my goal thanks to the generosity of my community, and I love you all for that. I actually originally had started with a modest $500 goal, and y'all blew that up. And so I raised it to $750 because I didn't think I'd be able to make a grand because I was so busy helping everybody else with stuff. So we made the $750 and I'm happy with that. You can still do the contribution, extra-life.org/participant/druidsfire. The exclamation point EL command is still present. So it is still live. However, for y'all Lotro people, I also made a special command called Matham. And these commands are going away after tonight because while the reward cutoff for extra life technically ends today, according to Cordovan, he did say on his show earlier today that, you know, he's not sticking to a hard and fast option for that, so hi. So he might actually accept people sending in notes and donations after today. But for me today, I'm shutting the party down. Bonk. Because we did what we set out to do. And also, it looks like the other day as a team, we hit our goal of 20,000. Nothing cool. No, there are no stunts this year. We still have one pending stunt from last year that needs to be done. Thief Kitty. Yeah. So, one of the big things here is the reason why we're here instead of on the official. It makes it easier for me to check if somebody's following or not, right? Because Moobot will tell me. So, what we're going to do is we're going to, well, I am going to raffle off an Ultimate Edition of Minas Morgul right here on this show. There are only 2 rules to the giveaway. One, you have to be a follower of this channel. If you unfollow 5 minutes after the raffle, I don't care. I mean, it would be nice if you stuck around. But you don't have to. I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to lock you in a closet someplace and make you stay here. And secondly, you do have to be here when I do the drawing because I will send you a Twitch Whisper, which you must answer. The only exception to that is if it's somebody that I know in my community that I can reach them a different way. So I'm going to hold that reservation. So if it's somebody who doesn't answer within like 5 minutes or whatever, it's not that big of a deal, honestly. So no celebratory pie dances or scone dances. I mean, we had a pretty happy Hobbit chatter in the official earlier today during Professor Corey's show. Because, of course, when the Hobbits show up, there's always talk of food. And the UK Hobbits, or the 1/4 English Hobbit, Mr. Phil Boswell, there were hobbits, and we talked food. So I hope y'all are doing pretty good. Field, by the way, thank you for your subscription earlier today. Because we're on my personal, even though I'm doing my official show, I do want to give you a call out because I did see like a whole bunch of people suddenly do the follows. You notice I don't have the follow alerts on. One of my philosophies is when I'm doing the official show is it's not about my channel per se, even though we are permitted to do a bit of use of the official to help grow our personal brands. I don't like having that stuff on screen or taking away from the actual game and the fact that this is the official. When I stream the game at any other time, when it's not my Gondor has no druids, I'll have all the emotes and alerts and crap going off. But I do want to give a shout out for the folks who did follows already so far. Itached, or Itekid. Oldra Fox, Field, I see you, Field. Delane, Sarnaleth, Thurlis, Wyvie, BGW, Milarian, Paladui, Neurotic Anarchy, I love that name, by the way, and Apu, thank you for the follows. Alright, Phil's gonna duck out, feed the cat, so let's not upset the kitty cat. One cool thing you get, if you do subscribe to the channel, you get that awesome Phoenix emote. You see Field's got that? That's a sub badge. That was made by my dear and good friend Kageyama Setsuki, who is amazing. Anyway, I thought it would be good to play Minas Morgul on a character who is not a Valar. Because I do have a couple of Valars, and I have a crap ton of work to do on them. To make them to where I feel comfortable playing them in Minas Morgul. Plus the fact this is my main. She is my special character. So let's go take a look at what she's got here. She is a Redline champion. So if you want to watch somebody who plays a champion to a high standard, go watch Bloodborne. If you want to watch a champion who has not been at the cutting edge of the theory crafting, but who has somehow stumbled through landscape like a drunken elf and managed to still be here at level 120, ready to start the new content, then you can watch me. Thank you, Killam. Thank you so much. Yeah, Snowball at you. I should make a Twitch mode of a Snowball. This epilogue quest, you have no idea where the heck to go. Are you talking about the Minas Morgul Black Book of Mordor epilogue, which I haven't played? We haven't got there yet. Well, I haven't. I'm going to tell you this right now. I haven't touched any of this content yet on any character because, again, I wanted to do it on the official. And with my main. And I had so much stuff to do. Plus, I also have a job, you know. Well, until the end of the year, I have a job. I'll find out tomorrow if that's getting extended 2 or 6 months or on the permanent, or if they're going to offer reload to the new company headquarters, which ironically is in Massachusetts. So, Bookworm, I don't honestly know. I would probably recommend, since I know you're in Stina's Discord, ask over there in her spoilers channel. I'm sure somebody will be able to point you in the right direction. And I'm sorry I'm not able to help yet because I haven't seen the content yet. I don't know. I've actually been avoiding Minas Morgul streams, which makes it really hard because, for example, Andang gifted me a sub to his channel or something. I'm like, I want to watch it support. I don't want to watch this. I don't want spoilers. Darnelf, how you doing? Anyway, so let's go take a look at what this character has. I did spend Corey's show cleaning up my inventory. One thing I did do is I want to actually... this has been something that's been bothering me for a while. And I actually have been listening to some of the criticisms that have been given or levied upon me on both the forums and in private messages and whatnot about how I don't use LIs, because I didn't think, you know, LIs kind of, you know, annoy me. Yeah, talk to Hologrow, because Hologrow is awesome. By the way, Hologrow is also Uncle Rooster of the very famous chicken runs on Landerval. So please, no spoil. Well, Thurlis, I'm sorry. You're going to get spoiled on what I play through today. Sorry. However, if you don't want spoilers, but you still want to be in on the raffle, maybe close the... Well, I wouldn't say close the stream, but maybe don't watch the stream, but keep chat open so you can participate in the raffle. So this character has... Here's one thing about the Valar. I could go on a rant about how terrible the new Valars are, except there are a couple things that are good about them. You start with, plain old level 402 gear. Safety. You're being obnoxious. I'm trying to do stuff. Okay. You get cuddles while I talk. So, when you start, if you Valar a character, the good things are the 3 armor sets, light, medium, heavy, look pretty gosh darn good. I mean, the design of how those outfits look amazing. You start with level 402 gear. So for, you know, your hat, your shoulders, your cloak, whatever, you get 402 gear. The LIs is where they kick you in the bajoobies. Because the LIs will roll terribly in a lot of cases. I have a warden that got Valard, and I sent Kanjal the listing of what rolled on my 2 LIs, my spear and my javelin. And it's going to take more than the 3 included legacy replacement scrolls to fix those weapons. I mean, it's ridiculous. You have to head to work? Aww! You have to say hello to the kitty. Look. Hey, look. Yeah, he did. He's like, put me down. He normally likes to lay on this shoulder like this. I don't know why, he just does. So he's happy. However, you need to go. Here, curl over here. Here, move your chair closer so I can just reach over and cuddle the kitty. Anyway. So, this is my red line champ with a lot of yellow lines splashed in. So, I do decent, or I thought I'd do decent AoE damage. But as most champions will know, red line is single target. Yellow line is AoE. So, deal single target crit base melee damage. And Deadly Storm deals whirling AoE destruction upon foes. And as you notice, I only have 83 class trait points because I'm lazy and haven't ground up the rest of them like sausages. You see over here, I still need to get my 2 promotion points. But actually I have all the other class deeds done. Now here's something dumb about the Valars, and I don't understand why they made this change, is with the current Valars, they'll give you 92 class trait points, but they won't complete these deeds. Like the Artisan Blade, the Joy of Battle, they won't complete the deeds. So you could conceivably go back and do those deeds. You know, find all of the tomes that randomly drop. I got like 6 of them dropped off the Watcher in the water. They also don't, because they don't auto-complete any quest at all. The 105 Aria did. Like, all of these were completed on the 105 Arias, but on the 120, they're not completed, but you still got the class trait points. You did not get the Lotra points, because the deed is complete. I don't think I'm unaware, unless Neurotic Anarchy is an outlier there. I'm thinking you're definitely an outlier, and there's nothing wrong with being an outlier. But I'm unaware of anybody else who actually uses Blue Line Champion. I mean, Blue Line Champion back in the day when champs could still use shields was a decent-ish off-tanking spec, but it wasn't that awesome. So here's the problem with not completing these deeds. If you go back and complete them later, you can actually start as a 120 with 94 class trait points. Because one of, I think, my Runekeeper... my Runekeeper has 93 class trait points, because I think she completed one of these deeds. Or is it my Minstrel? I think it's my Minstrel, actually. Completed one of these deeds, and she has 93 class trait points. And if you do all these other deeds and get all these other class trait points, you will exceed the cap, which is 94. So that's freaking pay to win. Calling it, it's pay to win. Because if you had already leveled a character enough to do some of those deeds and you earn those 2 extra trait points, you start with 94, and I don't think that's fair. Valiance, hello, welcome. How you doing? Still have shields in the vault. Oy. Thank you for the follow. Hi, boy. So, I'm starting this character with, I would say, a reasonably landscape prepared character. However, I had not been using my LIs. And I'm in my 40s there, 37 there, 34 there, 34 there, and 37 there. So I don't have my virtues maxed out because, again, I don't do a lot of deeding on this character. And I don't get the little books that will let you boost deeds. Or boost your virtue traits. You can buy them from the store if you really want to. See, we'll go look. By the way, I actually find this a little bit offensive. This week's sale. Shared wardrobe space. What the hell good is that going to do if you can't share your storage between one server to another? Cosmetic slot unlocks. War Steed cosmetic unlocks. Mounted combat traits. So, yeah. And it looks like some cosmetics are on sale as well. Here's my problem. My wardrobe, my master wardrobe, is over on Arkenstone, and there's not a damn thing I can do with it. By the way, these are the hooded cloaks that copy the cloaks that were part of the pre-order exclusive can't get them anymore thing for... They put a hood on it, call it done. It's not the same cloak, but yeah. So that's what's currently on sale. Oh, there's more of them. But wait, there's more. Why not use allies? Ambo, that's a very good question. I was actually doing okay without them. I didn't really feel like I needed them. So I never really spent a lot on them. Are there any more? No, it's done. Alright, any featured items? So I'm gonna call this, I really hate the name of the new Valar. It's so unimaginative. I wish that what they would have done is given it a cool, elegant name like Arya or whatever, and then just add the -120 at the end, and then go back to the other Valars and put the dash and put the level on them. Solves the problem and has them all be uniform. So that's the other stuff. What's unlimited time? Oh hey, War Steed Cosmetics. Woohoo! Anyway, so that's what's on sale. Let me go see. Because virtues, well, apparently they're not there. Whatever. I think they are going to put virtues available on the store in some fashion. You can, however, on your daily Hobbit presents and your weekly Hobbit presents, if you are VIP, you get the weekly gold roll. They now include virtue XP with every roll, and those are bound to account. So, Osiren, some person made that up in chat, and Cordovan said, yeah, sure, and then everybody thought that's what it was. However, the official name is Valar Level Boost 120. See, Ammo, here, I'm going to explain why I never used, the base reason why I didn't use LIs for the longest time, and I'll show you. This was my weapon. And I looked at these, and this is the two-hander I currently have in hand. I looked at the base DPS, be like, well, why the hell am I using something that's got, you know, half the DPS and hardly any of the vitality and no might? Now, because I didn't truly, and I still don't really understand how the legacies impacted things. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna run with this character with her two-hander. Now, here's the thing: is for 12 years, I've always played my red line champion as a dual-wielding character. I mean, why wouldn't you want to have 1300 here and then, you know, 1300 here and get the might and vitality? Because here, let me show you. My vitality went up a significant amount, but again, I did not truly understand how those weapons interact. So, my first ager, let's take a look at this bad boy. And yes, I did call it Ashbringer because I am a huge fan of Tyrion Fordring from WoW. Deal with it. So, I do have some vitality. The passives on it, I have in-combat power regen, which is pretty good. The parry rating as a red line or yellow line parry rating is actually pretty good. And of course, an additional parry chance, so that's not bad. And part of it is understanding what skills you normally use. Like the Battle Frenzy cooldown, I don't use that skill too much. The Fear Nothing, I don't use that too much. Well, actually, I do use Battle Frenzy a little better. But knowing which skills these apply to, that should do us a lot better. So, what we are going to do here is see how this goes. Now, we are at Gandalf, and this is where not only do you start Minas Morgul as a regular landscape character, this is where the Valar plops you. Actually, it plops you right there by the doors. So, this is where you start Minas Morgul content. Anyway, I did mention we are going to be doing a giveaway for a copy of Minas Morgul, the Ultimate Edition. So let's go ahead and get that party started with the Happy Fun Moobot. Boats. Boats would be nice, actually. To ride down the Anduin, that would be kind of cool. Alright, I'm going to let this run till probably around 5:30. So the goal is to encourage you to stick around. And again, the guideline here is going to be must be following the channel, must be present to win. But if you're a regular, you know, and I know some of our regulars are folks who are in the UK or in Europe, or otherwise may not be present that late because, you know, work or whatever, I will make that exception, so I don't want anybody to be upset about that if it's somebody who can't answer within a few minutes. So, coolness. What time is it here now? I am in the Eastern time zone, so we are basically the same thing as server time. So it is 3:08 Eastern. So get your entries in chat. So if you don't want to see any spoilers for Minas Morgul, but still want to be part of the raffle, I would say turn chat off. And folks in chat, please don't talk spoilers for Minas Morgul, to be courteous to those folks. But leave chat up, but you can turn the stream off. I ain't going to be mad at you. All right, let's do this.
In a curious position.
I did complete the interlude shades in the past, so I am aware of what we currently know about the fate of Isildur, son of Elendil the High King. That the shade of Isildur was bound to the land where he fell, much as was the shade of Arvedui in Forachel. But here, Isildur's shade was kept hidden from the searching eyes by the arts of Gulthava, the maiden of the Gladden. Her sorceries made him forget, but as they fall away, I believe his memories will return. He could tell us much of what befell him during the opening years of the Third Age, when he perished in the Gladden fields and the ring was lost. I and others of the wise have pieced together some of the story, but here we have an occasion to learn the true account, and I would not miss it. But this is not merely an academic interest, as important as that may be. No, the shade of Isildur may shed some light on another matter that concerns us most directly. I trust you have not forgotten the Black Book of Mordor and the dread Gurzoil who seeks it. I have not yet deciphered all of its pages, but my study did reveal frequent appearances of the name Magoldir within its covers. Now the records show an elf named Magoldir served in the company of High King Gil-galad during the siege of Barad-dûr at the close of the Second Age. Can this be the same Magoldir? I think it may be, and the shade of Isildur could help us learn more of him. I propose we turn to Tol Send to speak with Isildur, but not alone. No, let us bring some others who also fought at the siege, and who might help Isildur recover his memories. I speak of 2 elf lords who have come to the Bjorninghus at this most fortuitous time. Elrond and Glorfindel, both of Rivendell. Well, Glorfindel was originally from originally from Valinor, but you know. Bring them word of my intent, and let us all meet on the Isle of Flowers in the Gladden Fields, where we will speak with the Shade. Now, remember, if you're a high elf, you slept through those events. You got knocked out early on in the 7-year siege of the Black Tower, or the Dark Tower. So that's interesting. Ethelod, you are known to me. If you enter the raffle and win, I will make sure you get the code. Sapiens, hi, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Alright. Sapiens also streams Lotro on his channel Thursday nights. So I think he's going to be out of town next week. Anyway. Let's go talk to Elrond outside. Make sure my kin isn't doing anything goofy. Which, it's only me. You run around and get killed? Well, see, that's what happens when your healer has to work on Thursday nights now. Your healer tank. Story of your life. And I do want to give a shout to good old Sapiens, who is a loyal subscriber to my channel and a former community manager for this very game. So if you ever want to ask questions of him about how it was in the old days that won't violate NDAs, he can definitely shed some insights. And, you know, if you ask, there may be stuff he just can't answer because, you know, that's the way it always is. So Elrond is wearing sensible traveling attire. There's somebody else here who's also, if she's still here, yes, she is. I really like the outfit they gave her, but Arwen looks amazing. I mean, these rich colors, but it's sensible traveling attire. Sapiens is old! Yeah, Sapiens is one of those few people in our community that has to tell me to get off his lawn. Phil, what'd you miss? Nothing. The raffle's open, so definitely throw in for that. Alright. And listen to this beautiful music. I mean, I still haven't heard the Minas Morgul music, because we haven't been there yet. Aussie Worgen, thank you! How you doing? Aussie Worgen, a good friend, a fellow moderator for Devilore, the WoW community manager who generally be streaming Red Dead Redemption or GTA 5.
I expected these words.
I know, Darnolf. For when I learned the shade of Isildur remained bound to this place, I knew it would not be long before Gandalf desired to press him for knowledge of the disaster that befell him after the war. It's interesting that they mention disaster and they use a capital D. Disaster at the Gladden Fields is like, this is an event. So what do you type to be in the lottery? Exclamation point raffle. If you probably see other people typing it, it's exactly the same as that. And Moobot will also just exclamation point raffle, no quotes. And Moobot should send you a whisper indicating that it entered you in the raffle. Thank you for being here. I keep seeing like 3 different ways to pronounce your name. Iteked? Iteked? I'm not sure. Iteked. Hey, I got it right! Okay, Rick has to, you know, I'm gonna laugh if you win. That's gonna be totally exclamation point rigged. Because you're a moderator and everything. Elrond does look like Elrohir in this. I think Elrond raided Elrohir's closet for clothes. Because, like, you know what? I've been in this library for 3,000 years. I don't have a thing to wear. Probably, right? Because remember, if you played through or watched somebody play through the High Elf intro, Elrond isn't wearing that. He's wearing something else. I forget what it was, but it wasn't that either. But it wasn't the gear that he... I don't believe it was the gear that he wore during the Elven starting instance. Dad, you took my stuff! Anyway. You tell Elrond that the wizard also thinks Isildur might know something about Magoldir the elf, whose name appears frequently in the Black Book. Okay, time out. Time out. Lore moment. Remember, whereas humans, particularly the Númenóreans, were huge on this, and actually hobbits do it a lot as well. And also the Rohirrim, not as much though. But everybody except elves reuse names like crazy. Like the late wife of Denethor, mother to Boromir and Faramir, was Finduilas. And Finduilas was an elf from the First Age, right? In fact, Glorfindel himself originally was supposed to be an elf named Glorfindel after the other one that died fighting the Balrog at Gondolin. Until Tolkien retconned it and made it the same Glorfindel, who came back from the dead by the grace of the Valar, or whatever. So elves, for the most, as far as we know, elves do not reuse names. What happens to elves is they believe that they are reincarnated, so an elf spirit from the past would be born into a new elf or whatever. Kind of like the Minbari from Babylon 5. And now all of a sudden I want to go talk to Delenn. Elven destiny is tied to Arda. Yeah. Anyway. So, by having this elven name in the Black Book, why are we even questioning if it's the same guy or not? Elves. Trying to name an elf would be kind of like trying to name a character on a 12-year MMO on a server where they don't allow you to take over idle names. Right? Oh yeah, Lord Funk. I love Babylon 5. It's a great show. I really hate the fact that WB is still sitting on it, so won't give the rights back to JMS so he could actually do something with it. Anyway. That's about the only one that I'm aware of, Phil, and I think that Legolas Greenleaf was made before he changed his mind about elves, and he never went back to fix it. But I do remember that one. But other than those two... basically, yeah, I remember the last time a couple of them passed, like, JMS was like, you know, leave my cast alone! Oh, and Professor Corey managed to watch B5 without getting spoiled. And so he was like, woohoo! I know, Garibald. I met him, Jerry Doyle. He was not a nice guy, but I met him. He's okay. Wait, how? I forget how he... Oh yeah, I think he did like B5 because it was so well written, but you know. Hmm? Oh, how did he not get spoiled? Just the people around him, he announced that he was going to do this and people around him just made a point not to spoil things and, you know. We basically told him not to watch the In the Beginning or The Gathering, whichever was the prequel movie that pretty much spoiled seasons 1 to 3. Anyway, back to Elrond. Goldir, I too fought at the siege of Barad-dûr, but I do not remember an elf by that name. He cannot have been high in the councils of Gil-galad, Phoenix, or I surely would remember him. I would surely remember him. No, that is unfair. Many were the heroes who fought alongside the last alliance of every kind. Elves, men, endurance folk, and even some of the whole Butland, rose up to oppose the threat of Sauron. I do not claim to know each of these heroes personally. Goldir may have accomplished some great feat without attribution. But even if he did not, to perform one's duty without expectation of glory is still worthy of praise and remembrance. The war of the last alliance and the siege of Barad-dûr that concluded it ended in victory. But there was sorrow, too. The cost was high. Even if his memory returns, the shade of Isildur may not wish to speak of it to us. Let Gandalf gird himself against disappointment if that be so. You should ask Glorfindel if he wishes to accompany us to Tol Sen. He also fought at the siege of Barad-dûr, and will no doubt be interested in anything the shade of Isildur might say to us. Okay.
You should ask Glorfindel if he will accompany us to Tol Sen.
Okay. See, this is Elrond's usual habit, right? So I'm a little bit wondering why Elrond raided his son's closet for attire, and Glorfindel's like, whatever, I'm just going to wear the same elf robes I've probably worn for 6,000 years because I wore these in the First Age. I'm really fond of them. I think we were actually talking about that Neurotic Anarchy in Corey's stream earlier today about the notion of how some of the interactions, the relationships between the men, you know, the race of man and the race of elves had happened. But there's only the big three, and then there's a couple others, little outliers that are hiding that kind of, you know, lead into Prince Imrahil's people and whatnot. Like, how did that happen? Why didn't that count? So, I'm thinking like the lesser, it's the lesser folks dealing with all of those shenanigans. Let's see what's going on in Discord. Oh, nothing. Anyway. I never got to meet JMS, though I once got an unsolicited email from him back in the 90s. Because he apparently was very fond of the fact that, well, he's the co-creator of She-Ra, Princess of Power, and you know, I, back in the day, might have made a webpage about that show. It's still up someplace. I'm not going to tell you where to find it. Snow alarm. That's hilarious. I love that. All right. Anyway, Glorfindel.
Morguldir.
Oh, Morguldir.
But not for any particular deed or duty.
Morguldir. I've been saying... See, I'm so used to emphasizing the second syllable. Except for Glorfindel. I'm used to saying it Glorfindel. Not Glorfindel. Alright. He was a warrior in Gil-galad's train. See, I was always used to saying Gil-galad, but Corey said it actually, you know, when he did the lecture on the song about Gil-galad being an Elven King, the way the actual song was composed and the meter and rhyme would suggest that the correct pronunciation is Gil-galad. So Magoldir is different than Gil-galad, so He was a warrior in Gil-galad's train, but one of many. See? Nobody noteworthy. I think I sent him to scouting the reaches of Mordor on a number of occasions, but I don't know much else of him. Gandalf thinks the shade of Isildur may know more. Perhaps, but something gives me pause. It is Gandalf's desire for knowledge that compels him to pursue this course. He wishes to oppose the will of Karazgar, and he believes that uncovering the secrets of the Black Book of Mordor will prove crucial to that aim. But I do not know that I agree. Sometimes knowledge is buried for a reason, and bringing it out into the light of day only serves to reopen the wounds once healed, to renew grief once accepted. Because, you know, Maiar never go wrong, right? 3,000 years have passed. Since the War of the Last Alliance and the Siege of Barad-dûr, but for our people it seems still near. I remember the grief of those years and the hurts we suffered. What can be gained by dwelling upon that sad tale? Sauron was defeated, but at great cost, and not forever. I fear what the Shade might say. Wait a minute. Glorfindel, who fought at Balrog, a freaking Gondolin, is afraid of what the shade of a human many times his junior is going to say? Interesting. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Anyway. He was once the son of Elendil, High King of the Númenóreans, but that was long ago. He has spent the centuries since then in darkness. It must have left his mark upon him. I will go with you in friendship to Tol Sen, but I urge you and Gandalf to treat carefully with the Shade and to guard against sweet-seeming words. He is not what he once was, and I fear Gandalf may let the pursuit of knowledge blind him to that fact. Whoa, Glorfindel is cautioning that the Maya might go a little bit crazy? Huh. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Alright, let's continue. Meet up with Gandalf, Elrond, and Glorfindel on Tol Sen in the Galadan Fields. Alright.
I will go with you in friendship to Tol Sen.
Okay. Alright! Bookworm got the problem solved. So let's go right on down and see what we got. Because we've got a ways to ride. So let's ride around the pond. Well, actually, let's ride out of the enclosure and then we'll ride around ponds and whatnot. Follow the quest arrow, they said. It'll be no problem. There's just a few orcs on the way. One of the other things I do need to do for this character is I need to get off my butt and grind me up a first age or even just a second age captain or champion's rune. Because I'm currently rocking a third ager. I like its legacies, but I want a second ager. I need to get off my butt and do that. But since this is Crick Hollow, this is where my crafters are, so I should be able to take care of that myself. I just need to get, you know, make the time to make it happen. Yeah, Gandalf would be scary dangerous if he had the One Ring. I mean, to be fair, Gandalf had, you know, we of course don't find this out for ourselves until, you know, the Grey Havens, but Gandalf openly that, because, you know, he had the Ring of Fire, which is not to be confused with the Johnny Cash song or with the plate tectonics ring around the Pacific Ocean. You know what I should have done is taken the swift travel down to Holtvis. But hey, it's new content! I think nothing should be confused with the Johnny Cash song. Neurotic Anarchy, do you like or dislike Johnny Cash? Now, I'm curious. I'm making no judgments here. No, casting no aspersions. I'm actually curious. Have I not been in the Vales yet before? I have been, but I haven't... Whoa, hello. Whoops. Well, I guess we're going to fall in the river the hard way. I haven't played a lot of the content. I've been basically playing with alts and stuff. Oops, sploosh. Yeah, sadly I spent, well, not sadly, I actually rather enjoy spending a lot of time hanging out with the music community before I got my soon-to-be X job. But, let's see, where are we going? Going all the heckin' way down there. So let's get on land ASAP and then ride down. I'm a big fan of the Man in Black. Though I have to say, my favorite song that he participated in was a song where he sang about being a starship captain, which is, of course, The Highwaymen by the band of the same name. Good times. So we're going to be here until 6 o'clock Eastern, thereabouts. At which point I will go make myself some supper. And I may or may not stream something later this evening. It won't be Lotro because there's an event in the other game I kind of want to participate in. So we'll see how that goes. Wayward Plane is awake! It is alive. How's the tiny monster? Here, let's get out of the... By the way, can I say how cool it is? You see these reeds, and these are the way a lot of plants in Lotro work, is they actually move around you. I mean, you still swim through them, but they do move because you are passing through them. And I freaking love that. That's actually one subtle effect they put into the game that I just thoroughly adore. Wait, she lives again? Does this mean Wayward Plane is a zombie? Brains. Let's ride along. Oh, hey, there's a waterfall. You know we're going over the waterfall, right? Yeah, we're gonna go over the waterfall because it's fun! And we're apparently rubber banding into rocks because I forgot there were rocks there. And now there's rocks. Oh, so Wayward Plane's gonna fall asleep in about 20 minutes because she ate turkey. Though I've heard stories that, I don't know, that tryptophan isn't actually supposed to put you to sleep, that it was disproven or something. I'm not entirely sure. You can still see me in the reeds. Hobbits completely disappear. Well, hobbits are very small. They're very small. I would actually kind of laugh if somebody made the name SMOL, small, for their hobbit. That would be kind of cool. You'd think I'd be swimming faster in this current, right? Oh, you had your post-turkey nap. I understand. Eat more then you go lather, rinse, repeat. That's the way that works, right? Whee! Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Might have gotten stuck. That would be funny. You get stuck in the rapids, it's fine. Alright. We're going across the river here. I really love the mist effects down here. Scenario did such a great job with these. Post-turkey nap, turkey nap. I think we all get to do that here in America. Thanksgiving is when again? It's always, what, the fourth Thursday or something? So it's not next week, it's the following Thursday, which is the 28th? Yeah, the 28th. I don't know yet if I have that day off work. I was originally told when I got hired that we'd have like 6 primary holidays off a year. New Year's Day, Memorial Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and one other, and I think it might have been, 4th of July. But then my coworker said, well, no, somebody still has to take care, like, we're not closed. Whoa, hello, character. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. I know Canada has their Thanksgiving in October, which I always thought was a bit odd. Yeah, the water picks in the shower are starting to show their age. Let's see. I might have to restart the game. Because I'd be stuck. Let me out! Let me out! Alright. Game is misbehaving, so I'm going to restart the game. Whee! Send a rescue party. Might need one. We haven't actually fought anything yet. I'm honestly looking forward to how it plays out. Because I've tested this champion. I've played a lot of regular content, like in the Vales. I wouldn't say raffle stomp people, but I was at least holding my own. Like I did the quest with the eagles that the Bjorning sends you to go talk to. You get to go talk to the eagles, and you have to fight some drakes and dragons and stuff. My minstrel got raffle stomped in that one because my minstrel. I play my minstrel terribly, and she wasn't very well geared. So, double whammy there. But my champion was like, oh, not a problem. This is why I like playing my champion more. Alright, come on, Crick Hollow. And yes, I am on Crick Hollow, so if any of you are on Crick Hollow, come on over, hang out, chill. Yep, we cool. Crick Hollow has an awesome, awesome community. There is, of course, a thriving music community. Several bands play. I think the Dulcet Tones play actually here on... Why don't I go look this up on Lotro Artist like a ding-dong? Lotro Artist... I believe the Dulcet Tones plays on either Fridays or Saturdays. Let me go look. Now I want to be certain of... I think our good dear friend Ponton Finberry has a hand in that. Winterfest is coming. Crick Hollow's weekend-long winter music event is December 13th through 15th on the lake below Thorin's Hall. 50-minute set sign-ups start Friday the 16th. So, let me read that. Well, it says Friday, November 16th, but that 16th is tomorrow. However, hey, look, it's all my add-ons. I'm sorry, plugins. And, well, this isn't right, because I've got 83 of these. I don't know why this reset, but that's okay. We'll fix some of this. So I remember a lot of the ones that I've already done. Three. Yeah, I have done the epic. So I don't think I've done those two. I think I've done some of these, but not some of the others. Did I do the Broadacres? No, not gonna worry about it. We'll do this some other time. Okay, well, let's go look at the event schedule. Bread and Jam is actually tonight at 9 o'clock. The Bread and Jam session's 9 o'clock. Today is the 15th. So, it's going to be at the Prancing Pony Inn here in Bree on Crick Hollow. So, that's always fun. Oh, by the way, for those of you in the EU time frame, or who like metal, Hellfest is happening on Saranin, and that is being organized by our friends in Notenzaber. I always like to say the name, Notenzaber, like that. We're going to have No Hole Barred, Notenzaber, Moonshine Wanderers, Mond Barden, the Brago Brothers, the Gallic Frogs, Arda, Skarn, Kapatek Anwak, the TDs. Oh my god, I can't even read all these names. Click on the thing. Let me see what this is all about. So this is happening tomorrow. Man, I wish I could go! I have to work. From noon to 7 p.m., it's in the Elven neighborhood, Sirith Chim, 8 Heavens Way, in the Demigods and Magicians Kin House. So we've got Notenzaber and the Gallic Frogs, the Arda, the Starlight, Moonshine Wanderers, Monbarden, Laid Daft Pigs, the Brago Brothers, Kapatek Anwak, No Hold Barred, Skarn, the TDs, the Mickle Delving Bunny Watch, and the Adorateurs de la Patete Dorée. I hope I didn't mangle that name. So it's going to be a lot of metal. It should be fun. I do hope I don't know for sure, but I do hope somebody is actually going to record that because I want to go back and watch that later. Anyway, back at the ranch. Can I type the address? Let me go find it again. LochoArtist.com. Were you looking for specifics on Hellfest tomorrow? Let me get that. Come on. Come on, you little silly monster. Here we go. That's the link to the event, and that will tell you where and what's happening. Good times. The beacon is out. The beacon is out. The beacon is out. And so let's go see what's on the beacon. The beacon. Mention of our extra life thing. The Bearded Minstrel has put together 10 things you may not know about Mordor Besieged. Registration for Winterstock, which is in January on Langeval, run by the Lonely Mountain Band, not to be confused with Winterfest, run by Second Breakfast here on Crick Hollow. Actually, it mentioned Hellfest. I beat the beacon. There's mention of a kinship that's not level 110 kinship because we don't have them. Probably meant level 10. And Jogo has been doing 360-degree Locho screenshots on his Facebook page. Awesome. Iki is streaming Lotro. Bloodborne is streaming Lotro. And other people also streaming Lotro. And stuff and things. Really nice screenshot of the week. And we already had gone through the thing. The weekly coupon code gets you a free Slayer Deed boost for 60 minutes with the coupon code SLAYIT now through November 31st. So let's go use that one right here on stream. Redeem code SLAYIT. Ding. So you got a Slayer Deed booster thingy-majigger. Alright. We've got the Shade, we've got Glorfindel, Gandalf, and Elrond. A chill breeze disturbs the petals of the on the Isle of Flowers. Remember, we learned last time that these flowers were symbol Mooney. The flowers of remembrance that we mainly knew about as being a Rohirric thing. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, clearing up all of the tabs I've got open. Because I keep losing the one that's got chat on it. There we go. So, Slayer Deeds. Alright. And it's for 60 minutes, that Slayer Deed Accelerator. It does not include skill deeds. So, if you want to use it on an alt to help you get your class deeds out of the way, it can't help you with that. Only for killing things. Cheers, Elenos. And hello. Anyway, again, we still have a raffle open for an Ultimate Edition of Minas Morgul. And that will be given away toward the end of the stream, probably a little less than a couple of hours from now. So if you want to go get a snack and come back later, that's fine. You enter now, you're still going to be in the drawing. It's fine. All right. Let's continue our chat here.
We must learn what we can from this shade. Let courtesy guide your words.
For such windows on the past are rare and must be carefully opened lest they close for good. Gandalf says I need to be nice? And again, for the raffle, you must be following the channel. So, you can unfollow later if you so desire. We don't have to. I may do similar giveaways in the future. Alright.
We must learn what we can from this shade.
I know, sleeping is so
Let
awesome.
courtesy guide your words.
Thank you for that, Lord Funk. I saw you do that.
The bonds of sleep in which I was held have loosened, but stars still remain.
That interesting vocal effect there. That's kind of cool. Greetings to you and your companions. The bonds of sleep which I was held have loosened, and many of them have already fallen away. My memory has begun to return to me, but slowly there are still gaps. Oh, but slowly. There are still gaps in my recollection. Semicolon is different than a comma. Just saying. Gonna get lunch. Be right back. Okay, Field. You're most welcome, Elenos. Good luck to everybody, by the way. But I know this. If you aid me, I will do what I can to help you in return. I ask for only one thing. I ask for vengeance. Nay, not truly. For the target of my vengeance must be long vanished. I ask for peace, for a settled mind. Yet I cannot yet remember the ambush which brought me low and ended the lives of my sons. But I know it was not the work of orcs alone. I was betrayed, though I cannot see the face of my betrayer. I ask that you help me learn the identity of this traitor. Traitor! Toddlers rule the house here? Yeah, Elenos, that's like cats in my house. The shade of Isildur. I wonder if he's cool. I don't know. My tech head. No, Lord Funk, as long as you're following at the time of the drawing, it doesn't matter if you followed before or after. The bot will know that it'll check to see if you're following at that exact time the thing is drawn. Thank you, Elda. Elda did the bacon. Bacon. I'm gonna go read and get some sleep. Alright, Neurotic Anarchy. It was great to have you here. And I try not to be too much of a stickler on the thing. It's just when it says follow, as long as you're following it you know, when the drawing is done. I don't care. Alright. The passage of time has brought him beyond my reach, but I will not rest until I know the reason for his treachery. In that I will take some comfort and find rest. What say you, friend? You tell the shade that you'll do what you can to help him. Then my memory is yours, and may the empty spaces of my recollection heal and provide some knowledge that will be of use to you. He seems like a pleasant fellow.
What is it you wish to know?
He asked the shade about an elf named Magoldir, who fought for the last alliance at the end of the Second Age. Was it the last? He responds with a grim laugh. We called it the Great Alliance. It took years to assemble enough soldiers from many different lands, and yet more years spent in fighting. We thought it was the end of the world. It seemed the war would last forever. Okay, time out here. So, this is something that recently came up in last year's Doctor Who, or the Peter Capaldi regeneration Doctor Who thing. So it wasn't last year, whenever the heck that was. It was a Christmas episode, because it's always a Christmas episode. It isn't, but where the Capaldi Doctor and the First Doctor ran across a soldier from the First World War, and Capaldi Doctor is like, you know, saying that, oh yeah, you're from the First World War, you know, and the guy's like, wait, First World War? And Capaldi's like, yeah, judging by your general appearance, and he's like, but first? And the answer, of course, is spoilers. So this is very similar. So for those who remember real life history, what we call the First World War back then was called the Great War, or the War to End All Wars. So it's very interesting that the devs took that real life history and bound it into the game history. Because I always thought of it as the last alliance. It didn't, you know, it didn't occur to me that the folks living in that time would have called it something else. So I think the Great Alliance, correct me if I'm wrong, lore nerds, but if I recall, the Great Alliance is a standing stone invention here. I don't know. It seemed the war would last forever. See the war to end all wars. He falls silent for considering your question. I knew an elf named Magoldir. He befriended my sons, if I remember aright, and fought alongside them during the siege of Barad-dûr. And there was another too. A champion, the same as you. Uh-huh. Wink. Who adventured with my sons during the last days of the war. Yes. Let me tell you what I remember of this champion, and through those words you may learn something of use concerning Magoldir the elf. But before I tell you this tale, you will first need to recover something. The orcs spent countless years delving in the muck of the Gladden fields, and they brought the things they found to the various camps of the area. Go to the encampment southwest of here and retrieve a weather-stained coffer from within the camp. Its contents will refresh some of my memory, and then I will speak to you of the champion who befriended my sons and was allied with Magoldir the elf. So, the Second Age champion allied with Magoldir. Aww. Lord Funk, you used to be a DJ? Sweet. I used to be a DJ, too. In fact, show you something cool. My kin name was actually the name of my old show. Used it already online in Diablo 1. Oh my god. I still haven't played Diablo. My mom has played Diablo. And I haven't. Which is really funny considering I'm good friend. I actually moderate Twitch for David Brevik and his wife. His wife Devo. Actually, mostly her channel because he doesn't stream on his too often, but the things you do on the internet. Okay. So, gotta retrieve the coffer, and then I speak to them of the champion. Okie dokie. Let's go.
You must recover a weather-stained coffer from the marsh.
Now, if you look... Orslav of Mirkwood. Very nice looking character. Not... for a second there, I thought they were actually showing what my character would look like in that old gear, but I just realized it's actually a fellow player wearing the same hat. Alright, let us go kill things and see how well or badly I do with my two-hander here. Bearing in mind, I'm not used to fighting with two-hander because I do like the Xing Xing, especially with, you know, dual wielding. Yeah, actually, Apu, I do have that. We're not going to talk too much about that because, you know, this, even though this is my channel, we are still on what I consider to be official Lotro time, so I don't want to go off into the deep end. But some other time, actually, I will be planning on streaming that at some point. I just need to find a time when David isn't in, like, New Zealand. Alright, let's see how this goes. Should we test it on a toad? No, let's actually test it on a proper bad guy. Here, we've got a fighter. Let's test on this person. Hi. Alright. So, not so bad. Because remember, I'm in red line. And I don't think, I mean, I do have some yellow line skills on my bar that I think I'm being hampered by the fact that I've got a two-hander. I do have a one-hander LI, which I could use instead. Xing Xing! Might want to get a title for the LI. Yeah, I haven't really done a lot with it. I think I should get one that has like Valerian to damage on it. Because if I recall from reading the forums, I'm sure somebody like Chromite or somebody else will correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of the mobs in Minas Morgul content will reflect damage of just about anything other than Valerian. Change it from common. Valerian would be best. Okay. Or see bookworm. Oh, wayward. That's funny. Hi guys. How you doing? You just gonna hang out here? Bracing attack. It's one of my favorite skills. Okay. Well, it looks like we're going over this way. Hello there, minstrel. Where are you? Hey! Get your butt back here. Rude. You set me on fire. Alright, let's smack you in the face with some stuff. Can I clobber him? Yeah, I'm gonna clobber you. Stop setting me on fire! Quick ground roll. Hey, look, I got a light bridle of the third age. Wouldn't have been nice to get one of those with a Valar. You don't get a pocket item, you don't get a bridle. To be fair, I don't recall if you got a bridle with the 105 Arya. I know you didn't get a pocket item with it. A wooden chest or that. Well, the wooden chest is loot, so I'm gonna go get the loot. Random loot. Hey, look, floating names that don't work. They are going to be fixing that soon. Soon, TM. Hey, actually, you know what? I have a Twitch emote for soon. Want to know why? Because my good and dear friend Sapiens has the soon emote. Where is it? See? Soon. Okay, so I have collected the thing. Now I need to ride all the way back, and we're gonna go do the war steedy thing. And, you know, let me go check my war steed real quick and make sure I've spent my trait points. Yep, I have done that thing. I'm gonna say these two ladies over here are twins. And they like wolfhounds a lot. That's my headcanon. I'm sticking with it. Let's go jump in the river. Hitting N twice will get the names to show up. Yeah, I know, but I normally do that to turn on names at the beginning of anytime I log into a character. I hate having to, you know, fix it in post, as it were. Some Gladden toads. Some beautiful toads. It's like, why do half my Discord suddenly have notifications? Oh, it's because Elda is doing an amazing job and is posting the beacon and freebie code in all of the Discords. So if you missed it here in chat, you can, of course, look that up. Whoops, I made toad friends. I actually do like how these two-handers, like, you hold them down to the side. Oh, wow, that's a huge toad. Hi. I kind of want to switch back to dual wielding. Alright, I'm not going to click on that yet. Oh wait, doesn't this look pretty? It is Fordon in the Vales of Anduin. So, if I dual wield, I can conceivably... this one has a plus 10 damage to orc kind. But the legacy... Actually, the legacies... Let's see. Visual strikes, felt attack, rend armor, area effect, skill damage. Relentless, remorseless strikes. I really, really like that. Okay, ferocious strikes. Don't I have that like over here? That's feral strikes. Aha. That one. The critical damage multiplier looks really good. The only real downside is I don't have anywhere near decent relics on this thing because I didn't grind for relics. The one-hander also... I'm not too happy with the legacies on the one-hander. All attack damage. The AoE skill damage thing would be really helpful. The relentless remorseless strikes thing is more or less the same. But that critical damage multiplier looks really, really sweet. But again, it's only 6 points different. Pull down. The horn damage would be nice if I used my horn more often. I should probably use my horn more often. Anyway, back at the ranch. Twins are good friends who share clothes. Phil, that's Crimson. I tech ed. I saw what you did there. Are those maxed out on starlets? No. Not since imbuement. They were maxed out before I imbued them. So they were like level 7. Well, I maxed out the allies, like did all 3 upgrades, and I believe they both had level 70. So I did the unlock for the extra 10 levels. It's been so long since I've actually made those or did those, so I honestly don't remember. But yeah, the DPS on them's pretty gosh darn low. Alright, let us do the thing. You set the weather-stained coffer down among the flowers. Aww. And also, bear in mind... Let's turn those back on. Look at the rest of my gear. Most of the stuff I have is either quest gear. So 376, and I got this from I think I got it from in Big Battle at one point. So I have a need to get some better gear on this character. But I also wanted to illustrate what it looks like when you're playing a filthy casual character and how the gear that you have to grind to get gear or spend money on loot boxes. Like this one is a loot box drop. This one was a quest item. Loot box. Quest item. I need to get an essence for that one. And it's a 115. So my character's gear sucks. So some of this stuff came from loot boxes because I had them available at the time, and some of it came from quest gear. And so in terms of designing this, it really wasn't designed for a player like me in mind. So yeah. Featured instance run. Well, Karika, if you can do instance runs with a group, that's great. But if you can't or won't or whatever, then you're kind of out of luck. And yeah, most people who didn't raid or loot box open had been doing Veils dailies for a while. So right. Let's go see what my rep with the Veils people. I am merely an acquaintance with them. I spent so much time and effort grinding to Kindred with the Grey Mountains, and I got just super mad. the reason I'd done it was to get the crafting recipes so I could start making landscape gear for my, up and coming alts. It was such a pain in the butt. It really was. I don't understand why they gated your baseline crafting recipes behind a kindred reputation. Now, if you're somebody like Chromite, and again, this is no aspersion to Chromite, he's a beast sometimes. He goes all beast mode. If you put in that kind of effort, it's real easy for you to get kindred, but if you're not like that sort of player, if you're more casual, you don't do all the dailies, it's going to take you forever, and it's just a pain in the butt. Yeah, the task boards still help with rep at any level. And you had to do like this big laundry list, a meta called the State of the Expedition, before you could even unlock the resource dungeons. It just, I don't know, it seemed like too much of a slog. And honestly, it was the first time, the Arid Mithrin content was the first time I personally felt like they were creating the itemization to encourage people to spend money on black steel keys and loot boxes. Because I hadn't ever really felt that way before. Because it didn't seem so blatantly obvious that that was the quick and easy way to get things done. I mean, there's always been pay for convenience in this game since it went free to play. I mean, that no argument in discussion. But it didn't feel so bloody obvious. Anyway, let's go talk to Elrond. Not Glorfindel, but Elrond.
This is very interesting.
The half-orcs must have pulled this chest from the mud as they scoured the Gladden fields for treasure. Elrond opens the lid of the coffer and examines the items within. Old pieces of equipment, small trinkets, and time-worn artifacts of unknown value. These things no doubt possess some meaning for their owner, Elrond continues. But to the half-orcs, they would have seemed of little worth. The chest must have remained in the mud of the Gladden fields, forgotten and ignored for many years.
This chest has been forgotten and ignored for many years.
You haven't finished Volume 1? Well, yeah, Phil, in earlier... One of the things that you don't get that in modern content that was all over the place in Shadows of Angmar, basically up to... well, there was Siege of Mirkwood. They had a lot of rep-driven quests. But, like, in the Siege of Mirkwood, Rise of Isengard era, they did away with those little tokens, for the most part, that you click on this token and you get so-and-so, such and such a rep. They did away with a lot of that. So, a lot of the things that you would use to get reputation, those little tokens, that you could just, we were so happy that they made it so you could alt-right-click and use the whole stack. Those basically have been away from the game for years, so... So it's a lot harder to grind reputation. I think it's easier in Rohan because they put so much quest content in there. And if you go do like the side quests that give you class trait points, like the Broadacre stuff and the Stone Dean stuff, you get those higher reputations. But I don't... They did them in a more linear fashion without having to do repeatable content. It is what it is. Alright.
There was one such as you who befriended my sons and fought alongside the Great Alliance.
That's a Siege of Barad-dûr. This box contained all of her possessions. After the war, she came north with us on that doomed road and died there. Okay. But I could say much of her story before its ending, and you may learn something worth knowing of Magoldir. As I speak to you of times long past, you are welcome to take as reward whatever items you will. She was a champion, the same as you, and she would be pleased for her possessions to be once again of service in the fight against evil. Take a close look at these memories of the Great Alliance, and I will speak to you of the Siege of Barad-dûr. Alright, use the memories of the Great Alliance and be transported to Mordor besieged. After Dagorlad, the Great Alliance threw down the Black Gate and marched into Mordor.
The items in this coffer will belong now to you.
Mm-hmm. Well, since we got the Shade of Isildur here in the light of day, let's actually go check out his gear here. Let's go check the boss out and see what he's got. Because you know this is what Corey would do if he ever met the Shade of Isildur, and if he ever gets that far, oh, it's gonna be so good. So he's got the white tree here. He's got a detailed belt of some kind. It's hard to see with the background of the Similmuni. And of course, being translucent, it's hard to see a lot of the details of his attire. And of course, being a big fan of blue, I'm always happy to see that the shades in Lotro are blue. So, this is a very detailed shade. Remember the shade of Arvedui in Forahil? I think they put some attention to detail and made this dude a bit more. I think they did a bit more work on his face. Hi Sabretooth, how you doing? Welcome. They need to encourage Wigan. I know. Though to be fair, I want Wigan to go through the post-Pelennor field stuff because those quests are amazing. I think Arvedui's looking a bit better these days. So did they upgrade Arvedui's model? Because that'd be kind of cool. All right, we're going to Mordor besieged in the Second Age, and as before, let me turn my UI back on. I think we get to overlook the fact. We're gonna hand wave. This is not the Third Age item that you're looking for. And yes, it has terrible relics in it too. I need to fix that. I don't honestly remember if I imbued that right. Or I haven't imbued it at all. No, I did. I am not honestly sure if I did that one right when I imbued it, so. Yeah, he didn't used to have a jaw, Phil. A lot of shades didn't, but then they do. Okay. Anyway, back at the ranch. We've been teleported! Alright. So we have a hero who looks suspiciously like my character. The victory would not come swiftly. The siege would last for 7 long years. Alright, we're in Dingarth. Which, if you remember, of course, from playing in Mordor, we visited the ruins of Dingarth in Dora Marth. So we've got this big meta deed, 15 items, learn of these places. Halroth, Barad-dûr, Bar Kasak, Mok Shapat, Mok Darga, Barthos, Ushulagar, Matum Garaz, 5 literature points, and Sigils of Imlath, and I can become the Chronicler of the Great Alliance. Increased rep. Let's listen to the music by Dar Celtics. I do see a stable master back there. However, what we're going to do, though, first is we're going to look at... Why is my kin thing going off? I don't know. Oh, because I logged back into the game. Alright, so here's Mordor besieged. So this is Dora Marth. So this is Dingarth, where we have been before. Arandor. Amabel, Ekkad, Edhead. Wait, this becomes Lugash eventually. Another little place there. Emin-Duer and Barad-dûr. Dol Negath, Aman, Armarth, Mount Doom. Okay, so this is basically one zone from the original Mordor. We are now in the Second Age, 3440. So it's a very long time ago. And since I'm reliving the memories of many dead people, I see dead people. We see the standards of Ithilien. So this would be Isildur's crew. And here's the High King standard. 7 stars, a crown, and a white tree. And this is the thing of the Great Alliance. I wonder who these are. Yeah, I see you. We're coming back in a minute. Dwarves. I didn't have to see the dwarves hanging out here. I just saw the mountains, and this looked very dwarvish to me. Yes, we are doing the Professor Corey thing. The National Balrog Association. Great name. Alright. We're gonna take the Stable Master. Yeah, Amabel, Barthos, Ekkad, in Edhil. Okay. This is the Blazon of the Great Alliance, which you can get from the Mordor stuff. I don't know offhand which version of Mordor you can get that. So what we have here, let me turn, again, turn UI off and turn names off. So we've got, it's a door. Oh, this is the Mordor. Okay. So we have the High King and the Alliance, and we've got the brothers, Isildur and Anarion. We've got the elves. I'm presuming this is the elves of Mirkwood. We have the dwarves. I wonder who this represents. Galdwin, you need to... Okay, I see what you're doing. Yes, you can farm Lotro points. And what do you need to buy from the store to play endgame stuff? Not much. Basically, the store is for cosmetics and convenience more than anything else. You can't buy proper gear from it, which is good, because I would be thoroughly cheesed if you could. I don't agree with that. I mean, there are some elements that I grant you feel somewhat pay to win to me. But, you know, I'm not a marketing major. Anyway, let's go talk to Ontamo before I get totally sidetracked with what else is going on here. Otar Squad. Otar, who brought the shards of Narsil to Rivendell. Okay. Let's go see what you have to say.
Listen to me, for this is urgent.
Do me this favor, I beg you. It cannot wait. He's wearing red, so I'm thinking he kind of works for Anarion. Because blue was Isildur's color, red was Anarion's. What about gold? Do you need VIP? You can buy a you can buy the removal of the cap with Lotro points. But Lotro points do carry over for your entire account. Yeah, the gold cap is low, and that's not even a Lotro thing. It's actually worse than other games like SWTOR. I mean, you can get gear lots of ways, but some ways are more easy than others. But pure on pay to win, not really pay for convenience. Yeah, it is what it is. All right.
King Isildur plans to return to Deengarth in order to inspect the defenses.
That's interesting. King Isildur. We don't... I mean, in my head, I always knew that Isildur was thought of as the king. He did inherit the High Kingship when Elendil was killed at the battle of the, you know, at the end of the siege of Barad-dûr. Because as we know from the lore, Isildur didn't die super shortly after the end of the siege. There was some time that he got to be the High King. So King Isildur, but I'm used to hearing of him as Prince Isildur, right? So that's interesting. As the master of fortifications, the responsibility falls to me to ensure that the king is satisfied with the state of them. But that is no easy task, for Dingarth was the first encampment we constructed after the Alliance pushed through the ruins of the gate. 7 years gone. Okay, so 7 years ago, when a high elf got clobbered or got stabbed by the Witch King, which I still have some questions about that Maid of Lions. Maid of Lions is my favorite. A high elf from Gondolin getting waylaid and laid low by some young upstart ringholder? What? Yeah, Lord Funk is correct. Galdwin, if you were basically wanting to join the raffle, !raffle, all one word, no quotes, no silliness. Though you can actually put words after the word raffle. It doesn't affect it at all. Gold cap, yeah. If you basically drop the $15 on 1 month of VIP, you get so much stuff unlocked. Now, you don't get to keep the quest packs. Though, even if you're VIP, you still have to buy every single expansion, either with points when they come available, or with real money if you're impatient like me. There you go. Keeper Ellos, how you doing? Good to see you, too. Again, the raffle that we're doing right now... Ah! Oh, that's... all right, it was the Pinion did that. Hi, Maid of Lions. How are you doing? You know what? I'm gonna do this. Maid of Lions, a.k.a. Jeff Libby, is the extremely long time... What is your actual job title, Jeff? And Jeff, if you didn't cosplay as Bingo Boffin for Halloween, I'm extremely disappointed in you, sir. Because you're totally Bingo Boffin. And I freaking loved playing through that entire quest line. It was so adorable. I think whoever made Bingo's in-game character took one look at you, took off the goatee, and you have the same haircut, for pity's sake, or at least you did the last time I saw you. So, this is my first time playing this stuff. Oh, and I wrote a story last night. It's currently in the hands of my editor. Oh, and Phil whipped out the scones. Oh, we were talking about proper English scones between Court of the Rings and Corey show earlier, so this is the real deal, man. How did I summon Maid of Lions? It's because I'm playing his new shiny. I'm sorry, Lord Funk. I'm sorry. I'm not making you stay. Anyway. But I'm still intrigued by the reference to King Isildur, because I never really thought, I mean, I knew, but it never really sunk in that, yeah, he was king for a while. Proper crown and everything. Neat. Anyway. Oh, say, hey, if I'm in the second age, I should probably wear the second age gear. So, we are going to... nope. Though, by the way, I really love this set. This set is so cool. And having the hooded version on a dwarf, especially Stoutex, looks amazing. I love that set. There we go. Let's put on the right gear, even though it's not dyed arid Lewin blue yet. I'm still waiting to see when or if we will be able to get our shared storage back. Anyway, proper gear. Maid of Lions is everybody's hero because he's so nice. A summoner of depths is killing trade for. I don't know. I think it was probably the 3 years of cannoli bribes. We're always watching. Thanks for scaring me, Maid of Lions. And thank you for being here, by the way. How long was he lurking? I could look, but I'm not going to. I actually am going to look because now I want to know. Because guess what? There is a tool that can tell you these things. I have made Maid of Lions a VIP of this channel, which does him absolutely nothing except he can post any links he wants. Even though most of the ones I would presume he would post would be from like lotro.com anyway, so doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But Maid of Lions is definitely my favorite. He gets a shiny diamond. Yep, he gets a shiny diamond because he's a VIP. That way people know, you know, that it's the real Maid of Lions and not a fake Maid of Lions. Because heaven, you know, forfend that, you know, people impersonate developers and stuff. Anyway. Alright. So, Dingarth was the first... So, it's actually really cool to see Dingarth not be in ruins. Because that's... You know, I'm always used to the ruins of Dingarth, right? Now all the other devs will cry. Oh, I make them cry all the time. It's fine. I'm sure they're used to it. Actually, I think they make us cry more than not. Can you have a T-boy title or something? You have to ask you'll have to ask that of Cordovan. I have no more titles to give out. I gave away the power of being the title fairy. However, if you have donated to Extra Life to any of our stream team members, or if you've donated to a Lotro streamer who's not officially on the team, who's participating in Extra Life and is not either on the Lotro stream team as run or on the Standing Stone Games Extra Life team, Cordovan did advise me when I asked the other day that if you submit the form with your name, donation, and you say who you donated to, then if he can verify that donation, then you would be eligible for the incentives with our Extra Life game. But if you notice, I don't have the Extra Life stuff up right next. I made my goal. I'm happy with the goal. I don't want to be begging everybody for money. I mean, please do. If you have the ability to, you know, help with charities, that would be amazing. If not, charity giving does have cooldowns. Otherwise, people get tired of it. Try the quest helmets on in the dressing room. I always do that, Lord Funk. Especially since I have the super awesomely sexy thing here. So, this is not the one I'll be choosing. Because... because it clips with my head. Wow, it's like, okay, here's a reference I think maybe one person in the room might get, and it might be Maid of Lions, but it might be the folks over in the UK who are still awake. Bless all of you. Anybody remember a series by a guy named John Christopher, I think it was, called The City of Silver and Gold? And there was one called The White Mountains. And it was set in a future time where society had been overtaken by these triangular aliens and put these things called caps. The tripods, yes, Phil Boswell. I knew you'd remember. But yeah, the tripod series. Doesn't it look like the caps from the tripod series? I actually never saw the TV series, but I had read a couple of the books. I thought those were fascinating. But it kind of looked like that. So, Atamo's own helmet. Oh my god, look at that. So you got an extra cap, which is just like a headband. And you know me, Erdluin blue for all the things. And that's not Erdluin blue, that's Evendin blue. But interesting that only the little thing in the middle updates. Antamo's own helmet. Wow, you're gonna take the guy's own helmet? That looks pretty sturdy, actually. And it looks useful that you can actually see out of it, though that does, of course, make it less safe for you, because somebody could just, like, stab you in the face. You have the TV... I have the TV series somewhere on one of my 70 million hard drives, but I haven't watched it. Okay. And of course, being a champion, I'm going to take Otamo's disappointment on Tamo's. Muchly improved armor. And you notice the item level was 400. So this item level is slightly less. It's 2 points less than the gear that you get with a Valar. It says minimum level 116, which I find very interesting. If he could survive in Minas Morgul at 116, can you do that quest if you're not 120? Yeah, Lord Funk, I remember actually learning the French word for train. Because of how they pronounced it, because of how the language had altered over time. So what Jean-Paul, that the English young, the escaped young people from England would call beanpole, Jean-Paul, he said the French word for train, and now I'm completely blanking on it because I'm an idiot. And it's also been over 20 years since I've been in college. In fact, it's closer to 30 years since I've been in college. Simply because I have a mailing list that I founded, well, closer to 25. There's a mailing list that I founded in my second year of college that's still sitting on the Penn State mainframes, or on their list server. It's all hiding. They don't scale in epic battles as great armor. Oh! Apu, that looks bad. In Mortar Besiege, or sure you would believe that you could survive at 116? Huh. Read the flavor text. Read the flavor text. Okay. I remember the master of the fortifications at Dingarth. Oh. Always upset he seemed to me. I don't know why. Thank you! Thank you, Phil. Wait, who else said? Oh, Wayward also said it first. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. Otherwise, I would totally have missed that. Just like I would have missed all the side, like the clicking on the blue quest ring stuff and the bingo boffin thing that would thoroughly have upset Maid of Lions. Anyway. They read like a story from the top down. Okay, so. Alright, Ontama's own helmet. Dingarth is one of our most important defensive positions. Why would he not come here in person? Oh, man. Oh, Ontama's disappointment. What a name! Oh, my God. Guys and ladies and everybody. Professor Corey needs to come here because he's going to have a freaking field day with this. Okay. I'm not angry with you. I am just disappointed. Ontamo, clearly angry. Oh my god. But that looks really smexy. Of course, it's, 24 eye levels higher. And it has critical rating. Why do I need crit defense on a champion? But the physical mastery and critical rating on that are amazing. I will get a much more might, much more armor, but I will lose 200 and some odd points of vitality, which kind of sucks. See, Hologro knows. Also, Hologro, I'm still totally thoroughly amused that he named his Stout Axe after Davros. Fun story for the rest of you in chat. Hologro and I have a mutual real-life friend by the name of David Rosian. He goes by the nickname of Davros, with a Z at the end. A Z, not an S like the character from Doctor Who. But he resembles, because of his appearance, his receding hair and his goatee before it went a bit white, he very much resembled Pertwee-era version of the Master played by the sadly late Roger Delgado. I know, you meant it as a joke and I understood the reference, but Corey didn't. I'm still terribly amused by that. But we probably need to link Davros to the video. That should happen. But anyway. Alright, let's go see here. Collect wood, collect stone, and get resting soldiers moving again. Getting resting soldiers moving again sounds like a quest for, like, a starter orc in World of Warcraft. Like, oh my god. Work. Anyway, no, club the peons and get them to actually do the work. Anyway, let's do this. Okay, first encampment. If we push through the ruins of Gate 7 Years Gone, that's where we left off. This is like when Paul and Storm do this song called The Captain's Wife's Lament that I cannot sing or quote for you, even though theoretically it's a clean song. They have a thing where they keep talking to their audience and keep stringing it out, and I have heard that song last 39 minutes because of all the jokes and everything they put in. And the actual, there's like 3 verses in the song. Anyway. It has been repeatedly assailed by the forces of Sauron and rebuilt anew following the worst of the assaults. Now, let me get... Oh, we didn't look at this helmet, did we? Oh, wow. Should I go play linebacker for the Detroit Lions or something here? Even the character... Well, I try to remember the character names. But Lord Funk, I have been a fan of Doctor Who since the Pertwee era. So, John Pertwee was the first Doctor I'd ever watched on PBS in America. Though, of course, the only things they had were Pertwee and Tom Baker. And, of course, Tom Baker is the best ever. Though, my favorite... Again, favorite doesn't equal best ever. My favorite Doctor is Paul McGann. For the longest, he was the George Lazenby of Doctor Who. Understand that reference. Your first Doctor Who memory was The Green Death. I have read more Doctor Who than I've actually seen. I mean, I remember some of the older serials on PBS from when I was a kid. But I read most of those thin Target novelizations that Terrence Dicks did. I did. Oh, I actually, in my library upstairs, I have like 3 whole freaking shelves of those things. Your doctor goes to 11. Mine goes to 13. Mine goes to the Lady Doctor. I like Jodie Whittaker as the current Doctor. I don't like how the writing of the show stank. It wasn't that good. It really wasn't that good for her, and I feel kind of bad. But I was also getting a little bit mad at Stephen Moffat anyway. Anyway, back at the ranch. Though, I would say my other favorite Doctor, David Tennant, who I did personally see watch... I watched him perform as Hamlet in London. Like, oh my God. And I've seen the RSC a few times when I used to live in the UK. I did some study abroad when I was in college. And the course was focused on theater, so we got to see a lot of theater. And that production was chef's kiss. Eccleston was so good bringing the series back. Honestly, I'm not sure that Paul McGann... I think if Paul McGann had the stories that Eccleston had, he could have brought back the series, but he would not have been able to do it at Fox, because Fox is a terrible network to do TV with. I mean, Fox made a TV movie starring David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury from Marvel Comics. To be fair, before a very bad alternate universe of Marvel Comics happened for Well Called Ultimates, Nick Fury was a white dude who looked a lot like David Hasselhoff. But you want to talk bad acting. But Eccleston was so good as the Doctor. And now hearing of his struggles with, with depression, anorexia, and, worse, that poor guy, man. He nearly ruined himself for Doctor Who, but I'm glad he found some help and, is able to talk about it. Hasselhoff will always be your Fury, BGW. You know what? it was a terrible TV movie, but he went ham on it. I mean, it was a comic book movie. You go ham. Ham is fine. Ham and camp is fine. I mean, hello, Adam West is Batman. All right, back to the story. Maid of Lions is probably, what the hell is she talking about? Isildur rules Gondor with his brother Anarion at the behest of their father, the High King, and there is no end to the worries upon which they must dwell as the siege drags on. King Isildur would not trouble to return to Dingarth if he thought our business here unimportant. He must know, as I do, that if the forward positions of the Alliance are pushed back, Dingarth will become our only foothold in the Black Land. To face defeat after such cost of lives and years would be impossible to bear. Okay, winding me up here. A little bit of a guilt trip going on. So I ask you to gather wood and stone from around Dingarth and to patch up the fortifications. You will impress King Isildur with the sweat of your brow, and I shall impress him with my foresight and my leadership. Oh my god! This guy is so full of himself. Look too for resting soldiers and get them moving. To see such sluggards lazing about would surely offend the king's eyes. Go then and see these tasks done. Okay, let's look at these again. Always upset. I don't know why. Why would he not come here? Alright. Let's go do these tasks and get us a hat, because that hat is a lot better. I mean, it doesn't look better as his hat. I mean, I'm wearing a bear head. He's the Knight Rider. No. Okay. We have other quests we're going to pick up while we're here, because we're going to grind all of the rep we can. So we've got some beautiful dwarves over here. Now, these are stout axes, are they not? Let's take a good look at them. You know, I can't really see them very well as an elf. Well, the beard isn't a long beard. Nobody here has a long beard. Well, yours is kind of long, but it's not like proper sea captain long. And you've got the... Whoa, wait. Check this out. That is a handlebar! Oh my. Though, I think you can kind of... I don't know if you can... You probably see this better if you're playing a Hobbit or something. But it looks more like mutton chops with a mustache went bazonga. Gelruka. They could be Gelruka. Though, that would be an interesting hairstyle to get in-game. The cheek pieces on this helmet does kind of give me a Gelruka feel to it. Though this kind of seems like Lonely Mountain-ish, sort of, maybe? They mentioned Durin's folks specifically, but this is definitely not a long beard either. So, stout axes or Gelruka? Oh wait, we forgot to pick up the quest, Skirfur.
King Amroth has sent a list of various items needed at the encampment.
That is definitely the stout, or the Gelruka voice actor sort of thing. Alright. Keeps me busy enough. King Amroth! Ooh! King Amroth is still alive. Sent me a list of various items needed at the encampment. If you're heading that way, perhaps you could take them with you. If not, well, I could find someone else. But I will not be happy about it. People aren't happy around here. I know you're going that way. If not today, then tomorrow. Look, do me a favor, will you? I can show you where to find everything, where to look to find everything Amroth needs. Okay. Well, hey, there's some right here. Well, could it be Durin's folk before they became known as the Longbeards? Well, Keeper Elos, that's an interesting question. Hey, Ninth Pawn, how you doing? Let me turn up the sound for the voiceovers. I have a lot of things turned down, but I do want to hear the voices. And I'm going to turn the music up a little bit because I loved our Celtics' work. I personally think, that the 7 fathers of the dwarves each probably. One thing that Tolkien did throughout. Okay, that's a Chance Thomas piece. And I do know Dark Celtics did say that there is some chance music here in Mordor, so that's fine. I would have expected it. Because Dark Celtics actually did a lot of the background stuff during the original Mordor stuff, so he was like, you know, playing second fiddle, as it were, and now he's playing first fiddle and Chance's second fiddle. It's fine. Is the raffle up or will be later? The raffle will be held in less than an hour. So... Thank you for the follow, by the way, Snorblom. I didn't catch that an hour ago. Because I don't have my usual alerts on, because when I'm doing official time, I don't like to have those alerts and all the sub stuff intruding too much. And Hugo Harfus, thank you for the follow a few minutes ago. So, yeah, Mordor Besiege is reusing some of Mordor music. So, yeah, you can kind of tell, because there is a clear difference of sound between an orchestra and one guy with some pretty awesome instrumental libraries who doesn't have a full orchestra at his beck and call. Because quite frankly, I love throwing money at Standing Stone games. I don't like throwing that much money at Standing Stone games. Because, quite frankly, paying for somebody of Chance's stature, not only are you paying for the composer, you're also paying for the choir, the musicians, practice time, facilities, mastering, all of this stuff. And I have to give Bill Champagne, Dark Celtics, a lot of props for being able to do what he does on an infinitely smaller budget and just him. So, alright. I'm actually going to turn the music down because I love Chance's stuff, but I'm actually kind of sick of it by now. Alright. So we gotta go find supplies. There's a wounded soldier. I don't want to go yell at the wounded. I mean, that's not what Veterans Day is all about, kids. Alright, these are Gondorians. They're wearing the silver and sable. So we're gonna leave them alone. Tulkandor. And until they fix the nameplate thing, yeah, it's annoying. Estenin. Let's pick up these supplies. There's a quest ring, but I'm gonna go pick up these supplies first. I have a feeling I'm gonna go pick up those supplies. He's resting. He's only resting! He's not an ex-soldier now! Are you saying he does each and every one of the choir voices? No, that would actually be kind of funny. But no, I don't think Chance can sing that high. Yeah, I know. I do see all the quest rings. I'm just wandering in. Wow. Rude. What's the hurry anyway? Well, you know. Wounded soldiers. Again, we don't want to be mean to the wounded. Now that, sir, is some fancy pauldrons. Look at that. He does look a bit of a grim man, but this is a nice outfit. I'm not so sure about your boots, though. They look very odd from the front, but those pauldrons are some serious awesomeness. And I like how the wings on the helmet are pretty subtle and, you know, very downplayed here. I mean, there's wings, but there's not wings. And he's got the tree on his back, too. Though, to be fair, if I were trying to shoot for a target, that's a very good target. Phil.
A task for you, soldier.
Oh, remove spoiled food. That's what those other boxes are going to be for. The siege is... This is embarrassing! The siege has dragged on for so long that Dingarth is no longer in the center of the fighting. The war continues further to the east. We have seen fewer and fewer soldiers within these walls, but ours is still a strategic fortification and must be occupied. The attention of the commanders lies elsewhere, however, and some small things have gone neglected. Neglected. Shame. Shame! Alright, what are these small things? Well, some of the provisions have spoiled, and the meat we have kept here in Dingarth has rotted. We do not need for our soldiers to be sickened by turned meat. Is it like turning undead in D&D when you're a cleric? Go and search the provisions for any who have gone bad and dispose of it. Do I get to set the food on fire? Because that would be kind of funny. Alright, there's a mailbox for those who are not VIP. We got a healer, provisioner, supplier, tinker, so don't need them yet. Spoiled provisions. We should send these to Holly Hornblower's ancestors. That was me being super mean. Well, wait. Well, hello there. Okay, let's think about what we are seeing here. Clearly Hobbit models. I mean, he's got pointy ears, and she kinda does, but she has more rounded. Hobbit animations. They aren't wearing shoes, but they are wearing wraps around their feet. But they're wearing the rough clothing of rustics like Bjornings would. And they got this really cool face paint going on here. Interesting. Oh, Molly, how are you and your husband doing? Ardent Esoteric! Hopefully you make it home. Well, drive safely. Don't speed. Bjorning Cubs. Ooh, there's a good thought, BGW. Bjorning Cubs. Is there one named Smeagol or such like? I don't think so. They don't actually have name tags on them. Hi, Ponton. These are the... I'm trying to do this Corey style. It's like, what would you ascertain just by looking at them? Bjorning Cubs is a good possible theory, but we knew going into it that they'd have to find a way to get Hobbit players to be able... I mean, just in terms of the game development, we knew that they had to make a way for Hobbit players to participate. So, these are Hobbit. Proto-Hobbits. Wait a minute. This one has gray hair and the face paint and a headband like it's the 80s or something. Anyway, let's go yell at the soldier. Bjornings would be wearing boots. That's what I would think, Phil. Paleo hobbits! Neanderthal hobbits? Neander hobbits? Spoiled provisions. But we do know that, you know, Smeagol's family, you know, lived in the Gladden Fields. Yeah, whole Budlan is what Isildur, or one of the others, said earlier. Before they came to the Shire. So these are Smeagol's ancestors. At least I believe so. Ambassian. Okay. Say that guy's name in chat and see if you get moderated. Not my chat, but in, like, if you try to say it in game, if the profanity filter would get you. Okay, there's a dude back here in the cul-de-sac. Ostondil. And just watching this resting soldier. Days become months and then years. What's the hurry? Everybody's like, the heck with you people. The siege isn't... This is the siege that never ends. We just go round and round, my friend. Okay, I'm not going to make a filk of that song. Though I kind of want to. Yeah, Older Fox. We do know that the hobbits used to live in the Vales of Anduin before they head toward the Shire, because that's where Gollum's ancestors or his family was. Smeagol lived, and Deagle lived there. Oh, hey, you respawned? Sweet. The Druidine. Ooh. Garrica. Oh, do you mean the Woses? Oh, Lord Funky is talking about the Woses. Well, does this actually count? Yay! The quick respawns fixed that one. I could have just stood next to one dude. Okay, what are we missing here? More supplies. The ones who made the Pukelmen. Yeah, see, Ponton is accurate. Hall Budlan in this story in Lotro, which might make sense as we don't know where hobbits are from other than just being at the Vales of Anduin. Yeah, that's right, because what we know, we also have to divorce what we as players know from what we as characters know. And that's one thing I like about the story of Lotro is, especially when they go a little bit off the rails and they're deviating from the canon, they can make up a story that makes sense based on the canon, but isn't obviously Tolkienian direct. You'd love to see the Woes as a playable race? I think if they ever did something like that, it would have to be like a session play. Because it's, and forgive me PvMPers, it's kind of like the notion of having playable PvMP characters like, you know, creeps in the rest of the world. The players are going to go places that thematically they shouldn't be. Like, you shouldn't see a random full-on orc in the middle of Bree. Because canonically they weren't there. Ooh, wood for patching. But if I were playing an orc, where would I want to go? I would want to go terrorize the Shire. Of course that's what you'd want to do. And then I would get my revenge upon Holly Hornblower. Okay, there's the milestone. And here's some stone. Speaking of stone. Stone for patching. Is that how you patch video games? Never mind. Ponton is not sure he accepts one of the fabrications of standing stone. That is entirely fair. And that's basically a choice everybody has to make. Wait, what? Oh, right. Círdan was at the battle. Oh, that's right. Hey, Círdan. Círdan, do you have a beard? He's got a goatee! Círdan's got a goatee! He's growing the beard! He's growing the beard! Thief is... I scared the cat. Oh, Thiefy. Oh, you poor kitty cat. I'm sorry, I was so excited! Oh, by the way, I love this outfit. Let's check the shipwright in all of his glory. Cause you know me, I love blue and silver. Frills at most. Actually, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. Let me get a screenshot right. Hi, Thiefy. How you doing? Yeah, actually, I don't know if any other elf canonically is mentioned to have a beard. I think Círdan was the only one. Though I could be wrong about that. And I actually don't believe this is the outfit he was wearing in the High Elf intro. I see that thing on the ground. Just a plain old cloak? Okay. Ooh, stark white page. They sought to discourage him, but he would not be daunted. And so, though it pained them, Elrond and Círdan both came forward. And this is the quest that set off 1,000 wars. You found the page of a journal, stark white in contrast to the battle-scarred plain of Gorgoroth. Perhaps you can find other pages in Mordor Besieged and complete the story. Holy Christmas, there's a lot of these! 27 pages? Well, Weird Al would like that number.
They sought to discourage him, but he would not be daunted. And so, though it pained them, Elrond and Círdan both came forward.
Interesting how they say Círdan. They actually emphasize the second syllable. Círdan. Does Círdan also have chest hair? Oh, well. Anyway. Oh! I see what you did there. Alright. So Círdan has a quest for me, so yes, sir.
Heed my orders.
I have known war, but I am not a warrior. Nor have I been, and I always be a builder and sailor of ships. Círdan, if you want to build seafaring ships, you're kind of in the wrong place. You might want to go to at least Pelargir, down the river a bit. I'm just saying. Alright. And yet the call to war must be heeded, so I brought to the Great Alliance my skills as a healer and a bringer of wisdom. I have seen more injured soldiers of late, a greater number than I am accustomed to in treating at once. You have some skill tending to the wounded? That is good. I ask that you collect some salves and see to these injured soldiers. I knew that the wounded soldiers would come into play somehow. Your assistance will be greatly appreciated by both healers and healed alike. Okay. Oh, that's what these little things are. I was wondering about that. We're making music jokes in chat. I love you all for that. Of course, I love the music jokes. My musical skills are a joke. Alright, I think... Didn't I see one up here? And I keep wanting to navigate my character like I'm playing the other game. Because in Lotro, this is how I move my character. Is I you know, hold down both buttons on my... yes, I use a trackball. Oops. I didn't mean to smack you. Poor kitty. Yep, I knew there's one over here. A resting soldier. It helps if you don't claw the skin, you ding dong. Alright, 8 of 10. Got 2 of 3 of the other 2 quests. And 1 more supply somewhere here in Dingarth. If I recall, wasn't there a salve up here? No. I saw one somewhere. Supplies, the last one I need for that, but let's do this one first. What does the map look like here? That's a very good question. It's the Mordor Besieged map. Get a screening of that. Yep. Raffle still going. If you've already put your entry in, multiple entries only get counted once, so everybody has an equal opportunity. The only thing I politely request is that you be here for the giveaway. And if you can't because I'm rude and it's super late where you are and you're somebody that I know, then I will still grant it to somebody in the European Union or over that a ways. Because I'm not a jerk. Well, I am, but I try not to be. And we're gonna do that raffle here probably around shortly after 5:30. So somebody, well, I'm sure like all of you will ping me say, oh, raffle. And I will try to give folks ample warning. So somewhere between 5:30 and 5:45. Let's put it that way. So. Okay, talk to Otar about the rotten provisions. I still need to find a couple of salves. Well, okay, I need to find one salve now, because I just found a third. Mama Gas, how you doing? Feels good for another couple hours. Well, I'm not good for another couple hours, because I want to go eat supper. It's 5 o'clock. Well, just past 5. Oh, there's a salve and there's a salve. You get a salve, you get a salve, and you get a salve. Hey, it's right by the wounded. Why couldn't you just... Well, okay. You probably could have applied it yourself, but I won't judge. You can't always see visible injuries. Injuries aren't always visible. Wait, we're playing head turkey again, so in about half an hour she'll be dead asleep. And at the end of the show, I'll see if there's anybody that I like. That I know and can trust with you fine, upstanding, awesome people who's streaming Lotro, and we'll see if we can send you on over to them. And of course, those of you who have followed, I normally stream on Tuesdays and here on Fridays. I am looking to possibly adding what would have to be a late night stream one other day of the week.
Prepare for battle.
Okay, our store of provision is quite low. We need additional food here at Dingarth as well as on the front line. In order to meet these demands, I get to kill 10 rats. What? We must hunt for food, but the small animals of Gondor and Ithilien are not large enough to provide enough meat for our armies. We need an animal with more meat on its bones, and the great beast that is the Sulak of Mordor will provide the nourishment our soldiers require. I'll go forth and hunt them. The Sulakil. Yeah, we actually get to hunt them. Alright, deed bestowed. Oh, I must earn respected standing within the Great Alliance. Okay. You notice how they changed up some of these names? Hey. The cat is purring, and he's making my arm fall asleep. See, this guy's kind of just like, I'm half dead. Alright, tended to... Oh, we have a lot of soldiers to tend to. So those small vials of salve are going to help with a lot of wounded people. So this is good. It's a bright and sunny day. Awesome. Yeah, I think it was cold but sunny when I went outside to check the mail earlier. Yeah, it is the Sulakil that they're talking about, because Sulakil is like Mumakil. Sulak, Sulakil, so it's the plural. Now, it's possible that in 3,000 years the Sulakil grew in size due to, you know, hardly anybody being in Mordor anymore. Hi. Except the armies of Sauron. I know, Callian, you still have a quest for me. I'm ignoring it for the moment. I'm going over here to deal with the wounded soldiers, because I want to clear some of these quests out. I'm going to go find the last piece of wood that I need as well. Okay, there's a wounded dude up there. Oh, I missed these guys over here in the corner. Sorry. The football team has always annoyed you. Red line, best line, heck yeah. I've played red line champion since pretty much the game opened. So, saved all the soldiers, saved the cheerleaders, saved the world. Nobody remembers that TV show anymore. Okay, bring the supplies to Amroth, talk to Círdan, and go kill things. Okay. I still need to find that one last slab of wood or something. So it's got to be around here somewhere, and I'm just missing it. Let me actually look for it. Honey, have you tried looking for things? It's this revolutionary new system. Wait, what did Karika do? Oh, yeah, Moobot doesn't like links. Let me go see what happened there. Oh, and it was Merriam-Webster! Ah! Which, of course, should be perfectly valid. I should add Merriam-Webster to my whitelist. Yeah, it's sad when you have to put, oh, here it is, wood for patching. French Latin pronounces it Celt, and German Greek pronounce it like Celt. Both are acceptable. Bots are kind of stupid. Yes, they are. Hi. What are you doing? Well, see, Darth Celtics is the based after the basketball team, the Celtics in Boston, because he's a big Celtics fan, from my understanding. You want to say Darth Celtics? Well, in this case, Lord Funk, I can assure you that the name in his case is 100% based on... Now I have to repair the fortifications? Good gravy. Do I have to do all this guy's work for him? Apparently so. Where are the fortifications to repair? Oh, they're right here. Duh. Oh, look at that! Doesn't that look better? What do you want?
If I perish, who will mourn for me?
Looks like we're gonna become a gravedigger. March on Dingarth to Adambel. Adambel has become a sad one, and my eyes well up just to think on it. Aunt. The bodies of our friends and fellow soldiers are strewn about the battlefields, for none have taken the time to give them a proper burial. What haste can there be when our siege has lasted for so long and shows no sign of stopping? We must honor them and show that they are remembered and died not in vain. The war has taken its toll, yet we keep fighting. Let us give them proper burials. We must take the time for that, at least, or we are no better than the orcs. How long have they been laying out there in the battlefields? By the way, he also has those nice pauldrons. And why are you, if you're so depressed, why are you smiling? He kind of looks like he's smiling. That kind of creeps me out. Okay, so we repaired that. This is glowy. Oh, see, this is why I am looking forward to them fixing the nameplates, because they are hard to see. Here's the last one. Mekmalong, we are in the last 20 minutes to a half hour of a raffle for an ultimate edition of Minas Morgul, so get your exclamation point raffle in. And one thing I will note in terms of the rules, if you already have the collector's edition of Minas Morgul, you can apply this code to your account and get the difference, you know, the other goodies. However, Standing Stone has no provision for giving you any kind of refund or credit or whatever for the fact that you bought both. So if you already have the collectors or you already have the ultimate and you win the raffle, you can use the code however you like. It's basically like a Matham. If you want to re-gift it to somebody, you do that. Because I know a lot of giveaways on like Twitter and whatnot are like, no giveaway accounts, no giveaway bots. These things are friggin' expensive. If, you know, you'd love to have something to give away on your stream, and you can't drop 130 bucks on one right now. I was fortunate I did actually have the opportunity to do that. Then I ain't gonna be mad at you. Cassiopeia. Nice name. I like that one. The only rule is that you do have to be following like Artorias did and Lady Forth did. Alright, let's go talk to Círdan, the shipwright.
I will guide you to victory.
Okay. Did your skill of healing prove up to the challenge, and will the wounded begin to recover? Good. I'm glad to hear their injuries fade and the spirits improve. Let not this gift of yours go to waste during the years of the siege. Alrighty. And part of the thing is I am getting extra rep because I got a rep booster out of a Hobbit present. Okay, on Tomo.
You improved the defenses. Good. Good, and just in time.
I received word that a patrol of orcs has been spotted to the south, leaving the encampment at Mok Shapat. If we don't do something about them, and at once King Isildur will be most aggrieved. Are you sure about that? Well, I think he would want the orcs to be dealt with, but I don't necessarily think he'd be aggrieved. Why? You shouldn't really speak for the king. I'm just saying. Yeah, ninth one, and also to be fair, we have been pushing the extra life marathon pretty freaking hardcore. So we do, and we have had an amazingly generous community. I think most of us streamers on the Lotro side of things, at the very least, did very well. I'm super happy about that. Off for this head. Thwack. All right. Let's go slay an orc band before the king gets here. Okay. Orc parties remained a threat even years after the siege began.
A patrol of orcs has been spotted to the south.
Uh-huh. You know, for those of you who watched the old TV series MASH, doesn't this remind you of the time where they received word that General Eisenhower was coming to visit or something? No, it was MacArthur. General MacArthur was supposed to drive past the 4077 and do like an inspection, and so they gussied the place up, made sure they were all dressed very well, and of course Klinger, I believe, dressed as the Statue of Liberty. And basically the entire visit was MacArthur with a corncob pipe riding through on a jeep and just kind of saluted somebody and left. Actually, Schnorrblom, that might have been the rep booster from the expansion. But I also got one recently from a Hobbit gift, so I don't know. Okay, so we gotta take the supplies to Amroth, which is down the road a piece. We gotta gather Sulok meat. We also have a giveaway to do in about 20 minutes. So let's get some of this done. And Water has blue skies and trees. Okay, they kind of look like trees recovering from a fire. A forest fire, right? Or, yeah, there was definitely a forest fire here. I've seen the remains of forest fires, but Mordor plus blue skies is very strange to me. Oh, hey! A Mordor warg. Well, it's gonna die. Let's go kill a few things. A Sulok. So... well, now I'm a little bit confused because the Sulok kill that we see in regular Mordor were called Sulok kill, like the plural, like Mumak kill versus Mumak. Now now I'm intrigued what the naming difference means. Okay, got some meat. Got a whole bunch of stuff. Ithilskarn. It is pretty blue. Oh no! Oh no! I locked the proper training? Wait, what? Oopsie. Thank you, Zinger! Honestly, let me check my spreadsheet. While the cat annoys me. Oh wow. My spreadsheet is accurate. Actually need to update the spreadsheet. Time to go train in the mines. Yeah, you know, actually, I could. Or I could go back to the present. So the 9 are running around as roving threats. That wouldn't surprise me. Now what we're gonna do? We're gonna do something terrible. I really want to get the crafting proficiency up. I do have my forestry is unlocked. Because I actually was doing the forestry stuff earlier before the stream. But I did forget to... So let's actually use this thing. I want to see what this does. The blazon. Oh, to door Amarth. Oh, it bounces you to modern times. I see. It's the doorway. Buy your crafting proficiency in the store? Nope. So this is how you get back and forth. That's nice. So we are going to go to my house. What? You can do that? Yeah, you can buy crafting proficiency in the store. You can also buy tiers of recipes, which will grant you all of the recipes. Let me real quick hit up the ingredient grades while I'm here. You can also buy a recipe pack for a specific tier. And they're really hideously expensive. But they're pretty good for filling in if you hadn't been lucky in getting the... get off my shoulder, cat. I'm getting the thingamajigger. Also, by the way, this was not announced, and the first time this item went on the store, we discovered it quickly. We, as in the mods and players and whatnot, and notified Standing Stone that why did you give us an item that immediately started counting down? And when it came back into the rotation, they must have forgotten. Because they didn't mention it until, again, we discovered that that's not the way that works. Okay, open my vault.
What news do you bring, traveler?
Oh, you know. Actually, that one should be enough to do it, but let's bring this out too. Yes, I know, I need to. The Witch King is the king. Well, to be fair, the Witch King laid low your high elf from... They do cost a lot of Lotro points. So basically, my personal recommendation for buying crafting proficiencies and recipes and stuff from the Lotro store is, even if they're on sale, generally you probably wouldn't want to buy them unless you have more money than sense. I mean, again, I like to throw money at them, and I wouldn't buy them. Okay. Let us do some crafting. Because that is the hallmark of an official Lotro stream. Later on the official Lotro channel at whenever he decides to start streaming, because last week he started at like 8:30 or something. Big Ed Mustafa will be on the official Lotro channel. What if I have no money and no sense? Then you're not buying them, Lord Funk. That's how that works. Yeah, it's under crafting boosts. Your money is all sense. You haven't bothered looking? Well, I can look while we're looking. Character... No. It's under crafting. Recipes. No items. No items. What? Here it is. The complete tailor tier. Instantly complete all tiers of crafting. So, if... And I have seen these on sale for half off. Actually, I think they were a Black Friday sale. Was it last year? Or it was some holiday special or sale that they had where crafting tiers were like half off and they were like 2,300 points. But basically, complete the tier. And the way this actually works is if you've already chosen your vocation, it will only display the books relevant to your crafts. So you notice it only shows me tailoring and prospecting because I already have what I need for Forester. Didn't they do a... I think they did something like that, BG. I definitely keep an eye on the forums about that. And they might be mentioned in the beacon. They might do a... I don't know if they will. They might do a special webpage about it. Maybe? Question mark? But if there was to be any official announcements, it would probably be on the forums or on Court of the Rings. Hi, cat. Hi, cat. Do I have my blazon on me? I do not. It's in my thingy. It is so soothing here in Belfast. This, I believe, is the first music score that Darth Celtics made for the game. There we go. Alright, we're done. We're done crafting! We're done. Cooldown remaining. I kind of wish they would have the cooldown remaining in red. That's just personal preference. I'm gonna go over and get my blazon out of the, and we're gonna go find to see if I can plop it down here, because this is my house. At the corner of my street, my house. Okay, it's 5:30, so sometime in the next 10 minutes, we're going to do the drawing for an ultimate edition of Minas Morgul. So get your raffles in. If you've already entered the giveaway, you should have gotten a whisper from Moobot saying you were successfully entered into the happiness.
Well met.
Hello. Lost Lore. Blazon, here we go. Here you. I needed that. Alright, let's go see if I can... Firstly, where does it fit? Large wall. Okay. Oh, and you had to have completed a certain... You had to have completed 11.2. So... I wonder if that is to place it, or... I'm curious, is that just to place it or to use it? Because So I'm guessing they wouldn't want Lobies to go visiting Mordor besieged. Alright, I need a large wall that's available. Boom. Done. Save it. It looks pretty. Argle, argle. Alright, turn this stuff off. Let's go back to where we were. No, Lord Funk! Stay with us just a little bit longer! No! You can do it! Alright. Speaking of doing things, I hope nobody has mined that thing. 'Cause I'm sure they have. Whoa, what's that? Oh. Wait. What was your... Oh. Why is it purple, though? I guess we'll find out. When the critter is purple, but the deed thing was purple. That's kind of odd. Let me hit this guy in the face. I stunned you with the Horn of Gondor! Shing shing! Rude. Toast. You know, I could just look for that. You know, turn on the tracker. But I'm not going to. I think somebody did mine it. And that's okay. There's one over here in the corner. By these wargs. And there's one over here. Heavy Mordor snag branches. Why are they called snag branches? I wonder these things, precious. You're an addicted gamer. Sacrifice your sleep for that 2%. Aw, man. Well, you have all been extremely kind and awesome to hang out in my humble little channel. Well, hello. Hi. In the face. There we go. I got some pretty decent XP too. And there's stone claws, because of course you can't have Lothar without cave claws everywhere, right? Could you snag your clothes on the way past? Good. I really, really love the design of the Skarn deposits. Whoops. Apparently I'm going to fight this guy without my sword in hand, even though it's a ninja sword! How dare you resist my charms here? Rude! Yeah, so there. Alright. It's about that time again. I'm gonna run back into safety. Because, yeah, we need to do this. Because we're gonna do the raffle drawing here in just uno momento. So, get your entries in! Exclamation point raffle in the chat. This is your final call. Because I'm gonna go draw a name. You better be somebody cool! Snag is a technical term for a dying or dead tree. I did not know that. So, hey, you all have learned something awesome today. Chromite! How you doing? Xanthus! And Bola Choca. Is that like chocolate? Thank you for the follow as well. That's one thing I do like about this game is they do try to pull in old historical references, old etymology like that, because that's what Tolkien would have done, right? Too much Lotro? Aww. Yeah, I kind of feel that pain. I have too much inventory management ahead of me. Which is not what I'm looking forward to. However, I did talk to Kanjal about wardens, and I have a distressing number of legacies to fix on my wardens' allies. Ardent Esoteric made it home safe and sound and just in time. Not to be confused with Justin Timberlake. Or maybe. Maybe you should be. It is actually... Well, I should hope that Mordor Besiege is a dangerous area. We talking J-Tims? Well, is that what you call them? J-Tims? Is that like Tim Tams? BGW. There is that, but you can't really do that when you first create the character and half the stuff... Yeah. How much mana does the blue fire in the background take? All of the mana. It takes all of the mana. It's a stock video that I bought off of some site, so I could use it in all my social media and whatnot. Travel rations might be needed again. Ultra Fox. I actually have some travel rations on a couple of characters. They're just sitting in the bank, taking up space. Alright, it is 5:40. I'm going to give you 1 minute. So when my clock says... Let me... Do I have... Oh man, I don't have the digital clock. Okay, there it is. Alright. Because I like the number 42, I will wait till my clock hits 5:42. And it's 5:44... 40 now. Chromite, thank you for the follow. Noodly Pot Pie, thank you for the follow. You two are amazing, awesome people. I don't know how you were not following Chromite. I know I'm not awesome like you are. You should all follow Chromite, however. He does actually stream high-end end-game stuff. And he is also an extremely valuable resource for Lotro in itemization. So definitely do that thing. I actually have a quest on one of my characters that you can't get in the game anymore. I do think Twitch does randomly unfollow people. And then in my case, I deliberately unfollow some people. Why is my horse whinnying? You didn't have notifications turned on? Well, that's fair. I mean, there's a lot of channels that I follow that I don't have the notifications on for because I might have joined their channel to join a raffle. Or there's somebody that I see them streaming like constantly, so I just go look at my following tab when I'm going to look for something to watch. But for right now, I've got Disney Plus to watch, so I probably won't be watching as many streams as usual. Zero population in Snag. Oh, you don't need notifications if you never leave Twitch, Singer. That is very true. So again, later tonight, Big Ed Mustafa should be around. Keep an ear to the ground. Professor Corey will definitely not be around on the official Lotro next week. I will not be guest hosting his show. We may do a, well, keep an ear to the ground to see whether or not we do any kind of official Movember charity stream. I haven't yet decided if I'm going to participate, mainly because we just got done with Extra Life. I kind of want a cool down, and I feel bad about always begging people for money for the charities. Am I streaming later tonight? If I do field, it will be the other game, because I do want to be there for the end of the Hardcore League. However, I understand that they may do like an official thing over on DDO stream, so if they're going to do that, I'm not going to bother, simply because nobody's going to watch my channel. Not compared to their official, right? I know better. Anyway, it's time for the raffle. Let's do the raffle thing. So, here we go. I even gave it a little extra time while I was chatting. Give away. Close. And the winner is, survey says... Draw! St. Joan, my friend, you have won an ultimate copy of Minas Morgul. I am so excited. St. Joan has been a lifesaver. They have helped me a couple of times on stream when my minstrel, who is super pathetic, was having problems with the Black Book of Mordor, and Pepperidge Farms remembers. Oh, crap. Who let Sapiens in here? Oh, wait, I did. St. Joan, I'm going to send you a whisper. And I do know Twitch does have problems with whispers with codes in them. However, I have figured out a plan of how I did this with another person. Now, St. Joan, if you don't have Minas Morgul and you are going to use this code, actually, whoever winds up with this code, whoever you are, this is the caution. Don't use the code until you're on the character you want to Valar and get the carry-alls, because you get both carry-alls with this code, and the expedition supplies. Now, you could do it on another character on that server. The Valar box, and those, they're bound to account until you open the box. Don't open the box until you're ready. But I would strongly encourage you not to open it or not to use the code until you're on the exact character you want, because God only knows when server transfers are coming back, and we also do not know. Huge question mark in the Bob Ross painted Happy Cloud sky. We don't know if shared storage transfers are coming back. There has been nothing to announce, and there have been enough questions asked about that, and the answers given to us. I am assuming they're not coming back, because I'm a pessimist, and I don't want to assume they are and then get disappointed. So, plan for the worst, hope for the best. Anyway. Okay, St. Joan saw my original whisper, so I'm going to post here. Now, let me actually get the code, because guess what? I have to get the code out of my email. Which I haven't opened my email all day. That's probably a bad idea. St. Joan also gets the winning scone! Sweet! Let's go look at the email from Standing Stone Games. Wherever the hell I put it. There it is. Do 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 boo 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 boo. Yes, I am singing songs from Looney Tunes cartoons because they are awesome. Copy. Correct whisper window. All right. Oh. Pasta. Send. All right. I believe you should get that whisper because I was able to send 2 collector's editions to the folks who won on the channel on Tuesday. And because I put splah of real words before and after the code, Twitch apparently didn't hate it. So let's see what happens. I'm so excited. Okay, you saw the code. Log into the right character and let me know if the code works, please. If you have the time to do that. If you're in the middle of something, it can wait. Just let me know. BGW. If the right one doesn't work, try the left one. No, that pun was so bad, it was funny. Oh, all right. So St. Joan wasn't sure which character to use it on. I would say use it on the server. I mean, if you haven't, if you play multiple servers, like I know Chromite does, and Chromite also has the additional first world problem of wanting the carryalls on one server in one region and the Valar on a character in another region. CS can fix that, but if we can avoid having to bug CS for something like that and save them for other things, that would be awesome. But they can make it right, but you know, let's give them a little bit less work to do if we can avoid it. So if you know for sure which server you want it on, then just pop it on, you know, just use the code on that server, and then you can then put those items in shared storage. As long as you don't open the bundles, I think all that stuff is bound to account. I do know that with the Valar, you get virtue flasks or scrolls that you can use, and they're bound to account. So that was fun. It was very exciting. Very happy about that. But yeah, because of the whole shared storage, huge blinking question mark in the sky, right now you want to be extremely careful about that. And I will tell you, if they say shared storage is not coming back, I'm going to be one extremely grumpy panda. Or at least they should, if they're going to take it, because here's one thing to bear in mind. A lot of things are switching from game to game, you know, like the carryalls are an idea from that they've had in DDO for like 500 million years. And they brought it to Lotro. DDO just got mounts the other day. Literally got mounts yesterday. Or no, it was on Wednesday. For the first time ever. Yeah, Lord Funk you're correct. If you play on a legendary server and you use the code there, that character will get the carryalls and the expedition supplies. And then the Valar will appear on whichever character you first load up on a regular server. The Valar will not appear on a legendary server. Yeah, Elenos, my wardrobe is stuck on Arkenstone, so if they were going to take shared storage transfer away, because DDO doesn't have shared storage transfer at all. It's character or nothing. For whatever DDO points. If they are going to announce a change where they take shared storage away, because people were bad, that's why Mithril Coin isn't here anymore. If they're going to do that, in terms of the customer service nightmare firestorm that will set off, they should, in my opinion, set a period of time from point A to point B to let people do their shared storage shenanigans and get it all sorted out. Like a grace period, basically, to get it all done, get it sorted out, get it where you want to be, before they turn it off permanently. But honestly, I don't think it's right for them to take it away. They need to, the only reason to take shared storage away is A, if it's going to break the game, which I can tell you from personal experience that if you put 1,200 items into shared storage, it doesn't break the game. It just takes your client 5 million years to load it up. Come here, thief kitty. But if there's something that I can't see, or that none of us have been able to see, something under the hood that is potentially game-breaking, I can understand why they take something away. But why take it away X number of years down the road when it's worked, as far as we knew, for years without any trouble, right? So if it had worked in the past, nothing should have changed. The code redeemed, okay, hooray! You are now an ultimate. You get both sets of armor. You get the Valar, you get both character carryalls, get all the goodies, yay! Hi. But if if there is a technological reason, or like, I don't think something like this should be taken away from players without warning, which it was. In terms of I'm thinking of this in terms of customer service, right? And what you don't want to do to upset your players is you want to keep them as customers. By taking away a feature the community used for years without incident, doesn't seem right to me. So it's my fervent hope that whatever technological reason that caused them to turn the transfers off, because personally I believe invariably there's only two reasons why they'll turn off: game breaking or people exploiting it. Fix the holes of the exploits and turn it back on. Right? Yay, Lord Funk. I will see you on the forums, Lord Funk, if you are indeed the same Lord Funk that I'm used to seeing on the forums. Yeah, MC mailing, and I heard something, some folks were saying that possibly on Reddit, that part of the reason they turned it off was because people were transferring characters and they were vanishing and they couldn't recover them. That's game breaking. You are the same Lord Funk. Well, now I know who you are. And that's not a bad thing. Right, Thief? We know who Lord Funk is. Honestly, I suspected that was you the whole time. I was like, is this the same person? No, it's fine. You haven't called me names on the forums like somebody else has, many other people have. It's all good. So we have about 5 minutes left. Chat's pleasure, what would you like to see me do in 5 minutes? That's not going to get me kicked off the stream team. Hi, Cat. Jumping into PvP is not an option because there's not enough time for anybody to show up and come kick my butt. By the way, I am not objectively opposed to PvPing. In fact, a certain other game is currently celebrating its 15th anniversary, and one of their events awards you 2 mounts if you PvP in this old resurrected zone they brought back, and I actually have had a lot of fun playing that this past week. Go find the 9. Mech Malong, are you doing to me what I used to do to Cordovan? I was like, hey, come follow me. Come check out these pretty these pretty statues. And we were up in Angmar at the time. Let's go do that. Okay, let's put this as our quest guide focus. Now, we are familiar with the path here. Though it does look a heck of a lot different. And I'm still not used to Mordor with actual sky. Well, not I'm on fire sky. And the trees are cool. Now, 3,000 years, of course the trees would have died, but they also should have grown back. And we can run a few minutes overtime as well. Wait a minute, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Yes, I am. Good job, me. Whoa! Rubber band. But hey, I see blue things. Come here, come here! My scar and deposit. Art and esoteric, it's not mean, it was funny. See? It's called doing your research ahead of time. Now, if that had happened, then, you know, but it didn't. Hey, look, it's a rally stone. Does the rally circle? Does the rally circle? Yes, it does. Has the same runes on it. All right, let's keep going. I keep saying let's keep going. Oh, hello there. This is actually really fascinating. I mean, it's not Mordor in its so-called prime. But that... And I do like how, you know, they could use a lot, you know, they basically got a jump start on the world building here. I mean, it's the same landscape, but This is Mount Doom before it blew its stack. And you know, yes, I am hitting all the Skarn deposit. I like it when the Skarn is blue, okay? You know, and it's like my deep sapphire kind of blues, you know. Oh, it matches my color. If you need to insult people, then you've lost the argument. True. And also, if you insult people and yell at them, you are very likely to lose them as friends if you intended to keep them as your friend. So you always want to be mindful of that. See, it's a Suluk. They're not exactly the same as the Suluk Hill. But we're gonna go up here. Ruins. We've got a stable master. We got some guards. What are they wearing? I feel like I'm at on a red carpet. It's like, what? Who are you wearing? I want this outfit. Can I have that outfit? That looks so cool. What do you got? Oh, you're Gondorian. And you're what? Ah! I want that. Can I have that? That looks so cool. You know me, I love filigree. Is that one of Kieran's? Possibly? Gilgalad's? Nice mutton chops. Alright, let's go talk to the stable master.
A task for you, soldier.
Hello. Hi, nice to meet you. Okay, so we've got the Banner of Lorien, which of course Amroth is still king of Lorien at this time. We've got the dwarves. We've got we've got dwarves. Wait a minute. Wait, one gosh darn minute here, kids. Dwarven banner. This isn't the banner of the Lonely Mountain, because Erebor wasn't founded at the... It's the banner of Khazad-dûm, isn't it? The three mountains, the hammer, and the crown of Durin. Isn't it? The 9 have voice acting? Oh, I've got to go find them. Oh, art and esoteric, that's funny. Funny and mean. Banner of Durin the Fourth. Yeah. See what Professor Corey has done? Made me think. How dare you? Wait. You're an Avorum? One of the Avorum... Oh, from Dol Amroth. Well, outside Dol Amroth. Holy Christmas. Wait, what do you got on? Oh, you've got the same outfit, but that tells us it dyes very well, but your accents are gold, whereas his were silver, and sorry, but I like his better. So, are these Lorien elves? Because that's the brooch of Lorien? Oh, Lord Thranduil's here! Well, King Thranduil, I should say. And you need to... You haven't changed your clothes in 3,000 years, have you? Okay, so this is the Wood Elves of Felagoth, and they're wearing green and silver, so they're very Slytherin, right?
Be quick in your tasks.
Defeat Elf Whites. Elf Whites? Alright. Must we now fight our own? By some dark necromancy, Sauron has infused the bodies of our fallen with vile spirits and brought them back to fight their former brethren. These are once good men and elves, but now they move without thought, animated by vile spirits. We must slay these wights and put an end to this worst affront of Sauron. Heck yeah.
Do not stay idle, for there is much to be done.
Yes, Mom. We have secured much of Parth Denath, but Sauron's forces still grasp at the edge of the corpse fields. I require more men to patrol. Need to construct additional pylons, do you? And scout Parth Danath. Oh no, they're wearing red? Really? Oh, you thought they were Kargul. Oh, okay. Because Kargul typically wear like purple or black, or I'm sorry, purple or red. Defeat the egg whites for Durin's yoke. Ah, Singer. I understood that reference. It is, of course, nighttime, but we are not in Lothlorien right now. All right. Once you've done this report back to you, must make certain our presence is not forgotten. If we are windows, let us remind Sauron that he remains opposed even after so many years of siege. Okie dokie. And of course we have the Malithrim sort of tents and stuff, which are really cool. Cat hair. I have no eggs in the house. It's another page. You notice how the pages don't have numbers? Oh, they do. 5, 6, 7. So I found page 8 before. Alright, which one is this?
And this thought now haunts my dreams. If the elf rings hold such power, what strength might dwell within that of the Dark Lord himself?
There's a good question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. Oh, that was page 27. Okay. Wow. The tale of the unveiling of the might of the Eldar. Interesting. Do we know who's reading this? Who wrote this? Well, let's... Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Oh, Celeborn's here hanging out. We got bounties to do. Black Numenorians and Agonco and Easterlings and Trolls. Okay, and there's a chest for the task board. Let's go look at Celeborn in his finery. That is a very nice outfit. Lord of... Well, soon to be Lord of Lothlorien.
Heed my orders.
Ambushed, but they were not slain. They were taken prisoner instead. Some were taken to the orc encampment of Mok Darga, and the others were taken to the fortress of Amon Fuin. I know not why, but their capture must be for the purpose of gaining information. Even worse that not so, we must try... Even were that not so, we must try to bring them back from darkness. We cannot leave them to this torment. Alright. And finally, King of Lothlorien, your soon-to-be ex-boss. He looks kind of grumpy for an elf. Look at that. I wonder, is this a new appearance they made?
Listen well, soldier.
These supplies will be very helpful. Thank you for bringing them to me. The dwarf in charge of sending the supplies has been less than punctual in the past. It's good that he stalls no longer. I commend your efforts and his. Good day to you. Okay.
The battlefield calls to us on this day.
We know the broad strokes of our enemies' movements, but we need more detailed information about their plans. If you can find the orders sent between their camps, we might fashion a more complete picture of their upcoming strategies. Find such a thing and bring it to me. Alrighty then. Alright. Are there any more quests? I see there is a reflecting pool here already, which is nice. Without... cat hair, jeez. Without spoilers, if possible. Where would I find... I think we should go find the 9 and see... I think we should end on a silly note. Is he married to Galadriel yet at this time? I think they married in the First Age. Because Professor Corey has been working through plotting out the Silmarillion as if it were a TV series for like years. And they were talking about their courtship in the halls of Thingol and Melian. So where can I find the 9, and will it be funny if I run across them? Well, the latter's going to be true, but where would I normally find the 9? Let's go to Barad-dûr and see what it looks like. Because I understand there was some concern about the Dark Tower not looking much like a tower. So we're going to do the long run down to Barad-dûr. We should hopefully run across the 9 along the way. And then we'll see what's what. Yeah, it's kind of sad that it's actually dark out, but it's nice that you can actually see the sky and it's not all red. Well, there's a lot of quest rings there. People were complaining that it wasn't as tall as the Peter Jackson movies. Well, guess what, boys and girls? Canonically, it doesn't have to be as tall as it was. I mean, yes, Dark Tower, but the Dark Tower doesn't have to be like a skyscraper in Dubai or something like that. It's a modest tower. And that's actually one of the things when you go back to the original lore is you do have to, you know, look into, you know, if you go back and reread it, and, you know, it's very hard. Wait, a bunker here? Okay. It's very hard to set aside your preconceived notions. Hi, what's this? Black Numenorians! Let's avoid those guys. We don't want to talk to them. And apparently there's goblins or some of the like. So this is very Mordor. And this looks pretty fortified. Though I can tell you, I could live without the Mordor combat music. That is for sure. Because I've heard it for so long, I'm not even gonna. I'm just honestly, I'm over it. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay, there's something up there that's torn down.
At his beckoning, the storm came. A vast column of fire and rushing wind that fell like a hammer from the rack above.
Sounds like one of my paladin skills from the other game. No, I'm sorry. One of my paladin skills from another game that has paladins, not the other game as in DDO. Okay, so that's new. Well, hello there. I want to find the 9 and get Raffle stomped by them, because that would be funny. Okay, he's obviously going to be a quest dude later. Easterlings. With a really fancy eagle cloak thingy that I so want very badly. Oh, you just signed up for Disney Plus? Heck yeah. I did for certain things. And the first thing I watched was The Mandalorian. No spoilers. Let's be very careful about that sort of thing. Well, hello there. We're gonna go around these guys, if I can. Whoa, there's a white, and there's rocks in the way. Well, that didn't go well. Alright, alright, alright. Let's get off the worst deed. Let's see. I should maybe be able to climb up this way. Yeah, there we go. You want to skirt around them? What's that? A deep claw. Well, Mordor deep claws are on some steroids. Mordorim. Oh, cool. Mordorim cultists. That's actually kind of cool. They're watching Frozen? You've never seen Frozen? Oh man, that... Wow! Rotting banner whites. This is not gonna go well, and... Why did I have a debuff on me? Oh wow. Holy Christmas! I'm so gonna die! This is gonna be funny. Whoa! Not only am I gonna die, I got punted. Hi guys. Excuse me. Hello, gentlemen. Can you tell me where the Witch King of Angmar is? Kind of looking for this guy. He has a really awesome hat. Wait a minute. There's a thing over here too. Oh, the rotting bannerwhites have that debuff. I see. Hello? Hello? Does anybody know where the Witch King is? Like, I kind of need to see him. These are Black Numenorians. Oh, there's a warrior and an apprentice. Always two there are. Well, there's a lot of red dots on my map right about now. I don't know. That looks pretty gosh darn tall to me. That looks like a tower. I mean, yeah, it's big and fat at the bottom, but it's tall and skinny at the top. A wandering gloom. Oh, God, no. There's a page. Thief, behave yourself. Oh, crap. Is he gonna attack? No. Now, if I were a burglar, I could sneak on over there and get that page. Now, let's sneaky. Hey, give me the clicky. Oh, take it easy, Lord Funk.
Dimmed. Into my eyes, he seemed wearier than ever had I seen him before. What did you see? Elrond asked. Did you behold his mind?
Oh, so Elrond is not the speaker. Alright, are we gonna go to Mordor itself? Sorry, Mordor. We're in Mordor, dummy. Are we gonna go... Because we did not run into the 9, but I think we should have an epic death at the end of the show. So we're gonna farm this Skarn real quick, and then we're gonna go right up to the Gates of Eredor and go knock on the door. This may be something we used to do. When I was a kid, run up to somebody's door, knock on the door, and run away. Because we were rude little kids. Alright. Well, let's actually... This is all rocky. It's not volcanic. If we fall down into this, I'm gonna laugh. That's actually very interesting to me. That it's not all covered in lava. You know what I have to find out, right? Can you fish in it? If it's water, can you fish in it? That's the only important question here. Is can you fish in it? We're gonna die by fishing. It is water. It looks like water to me. And hopefully there's not a debuff that'll kill you like trying to fish in the lava in Mordor does now. Okay. Ah! I found one! I found one of the 9! Oh, we're gonna go fishing first, and then we're gonna go attack the Forsaken Reaver because it'll be funny. Okay, so... The water itself doesn't give you a debuff, which is nice. I want to move away from that wandering gloom. So I want to actually fish. Uh-oh, what are we going to get? Now, bearing in mind that I don't have, like, Lord or Lady of the Stream, so I'm probably not going to get anything good. But you can fish in Mordor! We are in Mordor! We're fishing! I had to take a screenshot. Oh, whoops! Hi! Excuse me. Excuse me. I was fishing. How dare you? How dare you? Interrupt my fishing, my pastime. What is a wandering gloom? It's a spiritual creature that has a debuff on you, and you don't want to hang out around them too much. Kill them or run away. There. How dare you? Ooh. I got crafting mats. Oh, hey! I got a captain's emblem of the third age. That's nice. Too bad you couldn't... What's an Ithelham? It's blue. Oh, Ithelharn. Okay. Ithelham sounds tasty, though. Alright, let's fish again. Let's actually fish. Let's get this done. I want to fish in Mordor and say that I fished in Mordor. What'd I get? What'd I get? I got an old boot. Oh, man. Let's try this again. And we're going to go chase after the Forsaken Reaver because I want to go have all the fun of trying to attack one of the 9. Should I try to attack him with my fishing pole equipped? Because that'll be even funnier. Because there's no chance I'm going to beat his butt, right? I got weeds. You tried to go to the Crack of Doom, you still can't get there and besieged. Ah, man. Do I have a frying pan? Not on this character. I do have the frying pan in my wardrobe, though. What'd I get? What'd I get? What'd I get? I'm sure if, like, somebody like Big Ed Mustafa or somebody who's at Cap or close to Cap ran down here. A rusty hammer. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. Though if you're a guardian, that's what you're going to get out of your LIs, is a hammer. Which, why? I don't understand that personally. I'm sure somebody could explain it, but it makes no sense to me why a guardian would get a hammer. They should get, like, swords or axes. Though with a shield, well, they get a one-hand hammer or a two-hand hammer. Though... Let me try one last time, so I got more weeds. So when you valor a character, most of the classes will get a couple of weapons to go... I got another rusty hammer, so to heck with this. Let's go find the Forsaken Reaver and get Raffle stomped because it'll be funny. Oh, there he is. See? He's coming to face me. This is gonna be funny! Oh man, you totally deflected that. Whoa! Risen Fell Spirit.
Grow stronger.
What?
Attacks are useless.
No kidding. Holy crap.
You feel the darkness.
Yeah, I think that...
Have avenged my Umbarim ancestors.
Interesting. So the Forsaken Reaver says the shadow grows stronger. Your attacks are useless. They were. He didn't take any damage. Can you feel the darkness? And I have avenged my Umbarim ancestors. So the Forsaken Reaver was one of the Corsairs. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, let's retreat. Retreat! And hey, we wound up in a place my character was supposed to go anyway. So, is there a stable master? There is a stable master. This way. Hi, Thief Kitty. How are you doing? We're gonna go here, click on the stable master, and then take it easy, Ginger. It was great to have you here. Just the way you thought it would go? I know. But the voice acting was pretty cool. Thanks for giving us the heads up about that, Ponton. Barthost. Who dat? Who dat? A little wonder from the Thunder Riders, who's currently AFK.
We fight for a better day.
Well, better day's coming, but y'all messed up because we still have to deal with it 3,000 years in the future. Alright, Nithy. Alright, well, I'm gonna wait on that. So, good lord. Thank you all for being here. I was glad to see most of you stuck around from Professor Corey's show. Next week, Professor Corey did say that he was not going to be here, and possibly the following week. I will be here doing my show. I may or may not guest host a show, and there's also the possibility that there might be a Movember thing there, because it's not certain if Corey will or will not be back the following Friday, because that's Black Friday. So, you know. So, thank you, Nithy. I know. Why does it say sound familiar? Sounds like a name we should know. I don't know. Is it I don't think it's canonical, because I don't remember there being any dwarves canonically said to be at the Great Alliance. But anyway, let me do one last check of the forums. The only news we had is the bacon, and a couple of questions about the Valar fielded by SSG Red Panda, who is an awesome dude. Poke. So thank y'all for being here. Let me go see who's streaming some Lotro, see if there's anybody I know that I like. Since this is my channel and the official is hosting me, I can send you to anybody, and I don't care if they cuss or anything. Because we only have to worry about content when it's being hosted on the official. So let me go see who I know who might be streaming some Lotros. Look at the live category for the show. So there's me, there's Shinsan. I have, the last time I raided somebody, I did raid Shinsan, and his channel is a German language channel, so Darnolf, you know what to do there. He's doing T3 progression of the Morgul end boss. So if you want to go watch that, that's pretty cool. But I think what we'll do is we're going to send you over to Dermani, because I've never raided them before. And from my understanding, they're good people. So we're going to send you on over there. So show them some love. We're going to do the Druid raid. And we're going to have a bit of fun with that. You got streaming with French Girl Gaming in about 5.5 hours. So you should get a nap, Darnolf. God's sakes. There's a Nithy in the Erdluin starter area, so not the same guy. Oh, that's where I saw the name. Oh, lost his pal, the cook. Oh, right! I remember. Yeah. Raid. Dermani. And, let me put up my, farewell screen while I set up the raids. I'll set us up the bomb. And give the kitty a big hug. Darnolf. Grumpy kitty. Big hug. He's like, why did you... I was comfortable. There you go. Alright, let's do the thing with the thing. And I will see you next week. I will be streaming right here on Tuesday. I probably won't be streaming Lotro. Because I do like to... Because I only get to stream 2 days a week. So I do want to, you know, shake it up a little bit. You know, keeps it fresh. Anyway, I will see you when I see you.